Welcome to this edition of Hindsight is Horrifying, the show where two mostly normal and somewhat cynical adults discuss life as members of the TV generation. Now, here are your hosts, Darth Jada and Jason Mitchell.
It's not on.
Well, that's exciting.
So we're probably talking over the host right now. But to hell with him. He got paid already.
Yeah, they've heard him so many
Yes.
times.
We're live.
We are live.
Again.
Welcome
Yes.
back, Hindsighters.
Yes.
To our continued journey for Disaster Month on Hindsight is Horrifying.
Yes. And
Love it.
we went straight for a movie that is a spoof of a disaster movie.
Well, yeah, you've got to
Yeah.
have a palate cleanser
Yeah.
because we did Airport 79.
The Concord.
The Concord 79.
The
Sorry,
Concord,
don't
yeah.
have it in
Airport
front of me.
79.
Concord 79.
Yes.
Anyway, and we have moved straight on to a classic, but we will let our brand new guest introduce
He's
that.
not brand new. He's been here.
Yeah, well, if you let me finish my
Oh.
damn sentences sometimes, who knew? You got Darth and Jason, obviously. We know you're sick of us, and we've got Mr. Brown here in the studio. And he,
Hello.
as he is wont to do, he dressed up for you, Hindsighters, so get
Jack
excited
Striker.
about that. But I'm not sure. Maybe our new guest has a more exciting outfit because he's wearing the shirt of greatness over here in the corner.
Let's see it.
This
Very
is my
nice.
lifelong pal, Jonah. Welcome to the studio, Jonah.
Thank you. Thank you very
Welcome.
much.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I love a great steak. I love America. This is what I'm here for.
Absolutely.
Makes
We'll
me want
be
to sing the
grilling out
asshole
after
song.
this. Well, this is perfect for July.
I
July
do drive
4th weekend.
ultra slow in the ultra fast
There
lane.
you go.
What a winner. Anyway,
Got to.
so yes, this is a brand new person that nobody has met on our show so
That's
far.
right.
So,
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, the restraining order finally got lifted.
That's true.
So that's a bonus.
Well, he's still on house arrest. That's why he's got that little cot over in the corner. That's why
yeah.
he's
Well,
actually here every
that,
week.
that, that explains the bulge of the monitor underneath the uniform I see on his right
You see the
ankle.
flashing light.
Yes.
underneath
Can
him
I
and-
just say though that this weekend I had the wonderful opportunity of having my co-hosts at my house.
Yes, it was quite the adventure.
It was a party.
It was a party.
Ooh,
Yes,
nice
it
party.
was.
Darth made jalapeno margaritas, and it got fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
You're just mad because I haven't made them for you in a while.
I drank
absolutely-
way too much.
I absolutely love your
Did you?
Variant Brewing
I
Company.
did.
Shameless plug there, but jalapeno margaritas would have been awesome here too tonight. I'm just saying.
I'll make them next party we have. Don't
Okay.
worry. I know. 'Cause we did-
Next time we have a party, we'll do it at your house and we'll live stream it.
Oh God, no!
We'll just live stream a party.
I don't want any criminal activity recorded, especially live. Good Lord.
Jade's house is Vegas. Whatever happens there stays there.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I don't know.
Except
unincorporated
chlamydia.
territory.
That shit gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh. You don't have to go telling our personal business. Jonah. Jeez.
Wait. I mentioned Israel. Wait. Was
What
it,
is
was
Israel?
was it pro or you know what? I don't even.
It's just some bullshit that nobody knows what you're talking about.
So let's talk about the Zucker brothers.
Well, before we do that, what movie are we doing this week, Jonah?
We are doing Airplane. Airplane is one of my very favorite movies of all time. Also, again, a spin-off or a parody, if you will, of 0 Hour.
Yes.
Yes, which is just phenomenal. And I don't care how many times I've seen it. I think the first time I saw it, I was probably 6 years old and shouldn't have. It's
I was about to say.
the first pair of boobs I ever saw in a movie for a split second.
I don't think it's anything too bad for a kid. I mean,
It's
yeah.
literally a flash, and
Yeah.
then she's gone.
No.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it-
I turned out well except for the Tourette's.
Like my first
Well, that's
3
I don't know. I
times.
could argue.
That sort of describes it.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not as racy as it could be. It's racy in different ways.
Well, let me ask you this: have any of you seen the movie that preceded this, Kentucky Fried Movie?
I have
yes.
not.
Okay, Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yes.
That one is a little bit more.
It's
know.
more out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Was that by the Zucker brothers?
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
telling me they reeled it in for this one?
They did.
They did.
They did.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Like greatly.
And and then later on, the A Team used the footage of the plane
Yeah,
going
crashing
through
through.
in one of their episodes.
We did point that out.
I
in
just
our
love
18
that.
episode,
Oh, yeah.
which has not been released yet, so they'll hear this first. Actually,
So we are talking about a movie that is a classic of American comedy. One of the things that I love about it is
yeah, I catch something new every
know.
time. I'm sorry, I just caught.
well, no,
that.
that's the thing about this movie. You'll never catch all the jokes.
No, there are
no.
too
Yeah.
many jokes. Because why is that, Jonah? You were explaining that to us.
So yeah, and I tried to find the article before I came in, but I remember reading that they tried to do a study, and by they I mean I don't fucking know
The
who,
innocuous they.
but somebody did a study about trying to scientifically prove the funniest movie of all time, and the benchmark that they used was, well, how many jokes per minute does it attempt? And Airplane.
That's a stupid metric.
well, I mean, How else would you measure it?
Probably by how funny it was. You have to listen to people
Whether the
laughing.
jokes
I could just
landed.
fill
Well,
a movie.
true.
The laugh-o-meter.
Yeah.
I will say this: when
Yeah.
you catch a new joke or a new line in this movie, do you laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it
yeah.
make you laugh
But
any
just-
less than you have before?
But the number of jokes can't be.
That's
that-
true.
You know, because I
And
could
you-
just fill a movie.
Well, that's
with
true. I
bad
mean,
jokes,
And it's
a
Rodney-
goofy movie might have won it then as well if they used that. But
That's a
still,
great
True.
movie.
Actually,
But-
I do really
But
like
that's
that.
Rodney Dangerfield syndrome all over again from Caddyshack because he's a stand-up comedian who's used to measuring his success by the amount of laughs that he gets.
Oh, yeah.
But on set, you're not supposed
You
to
don't
get
get any laughs,
You're
yeah.
supposed to be quiet.
you know,
so,
fun fact, not to change gears, but that actually really discouraged him in his performance. The fact
Yeah.
that nobody was laughing. I
Yep.
loved that fact about that movie.
and they were like, "No, you're killing it. Don't worry about it. It's
don't worry
just
about
you have to be quiet on a movie set, or else it ruins the take." And then
Now, who
so
are we talking about? I missed the name.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh,
On that
yes,
one,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So let's get to the synopsis really fast. So what is this movie about? Does anybody want to take a stab at it? Because
What
there's
is it
so
ab-
much going on.
There's-
despite
there's a
what
lot.
You think.
It's about, well, what's the synopsis of 0 Hour? A guy named Ted Stryker, who was a pilot during the war,
The war. Whichever one.
screwed something up and got a bunch of his friends killed, lost his nerve.
Turn one of them into Ethel Merman.
Yes, apparently so. I
Or
got
last-
rhythm.
No,
Well,
that
he's got
wasn't
a
one of
bad-
his friends. That was just somebody else in the
It was just
hospital.
over there, yeah.
No,
Poor-
no.
poor
That was
bastard.
one of his friends. He thought he was Ethel Merman once he went to
Yeah.
the VA. Anyway, but that was Ethel Merman's last movie appearance.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
But so Ted Stryker, the war,
Yeah.
friends get killed, and now what's happened?
He is in a relationship with a stewardess. She decides,
Elaine.
named Elaine.
Yes.
And that's the thing. In 0 Hour, it was Ted Stryker and Elaine. It
Oh
was
no,
the
they
same
pretty
name.
much admit that they
Yeah.
lifted that entire movie
Yeah.
and then tried to make it fun.
Which
They
is
lifted
really-
straight
which-
dialogue.
which
Yeah.
is really,
Names,
as
dialogue,
far as I
everything.
know, this is probably the first time somebody did a movie that was a straight up riff on another movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that had ever been done before. And now it's fairly common. People do genre spoofs all the
What
time.
about
about it.
Casino Royale? That was a bit of a spoof.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
There was an actual,
Yeah.
I think, made-for-TV movie or a docudrama back in the
Oh, look who
early
it is.
'60s of Casino.
Anybody recognize who it is?
Yes, that's from
JJ.
Good Times, JJ.
We love J.J. Walker. Yes.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
Jason, you'll appreciate this as far as the movie goes because they did lift straight from 0 Hour, but they were like, why don't we just recreate the whole movie? Because they used to go full red letter media and just play old movies and put their own dialogue in it.
Yeah.
So that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
But so you
That's
guys
really that's really more a full MST3K.
I learned so
okay.
much.
I thought
so
Red
much.
Letter did that.
There we go.
a lot,
That's my
but
thing
maybe
for
I'm wrong.
today. I'm done now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Stryker gets on the plane following his girlfriend stewardess aboard because she's decided that their relationship just isn't
Flight attendant, by the way. I'm just saying.
back in the day. No,
Oh,
they
no,
were
not-
they were being stewardess.
Good Lord.
I
Bring
speak
in the
jive.
sexy stew.
Don't forget the coffee. That's
There's-
an old joke.
There's Kareem. but,
And that's why they call it the cockpit.
There we go.
coffee with
Is
Kareem.
that a line from Airplane or from a serious movie?
Probably both.
Yes.
It's from a serious movie.
Yeah.
Timmy, you ever been in a Turkish prison?
We haven't gotten there yet. So.
I know,
Well,
but still.
what I think is most interesting about this movie,
jelly.
though, is if you look at the casting choices they made, because so many of the people who are in this movie are straight up serious actors.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Graves, not really known for comedic chops, but he's great.
And he thought
He is now.
he thought the script was kind of garbage at first.
Oh,
Well-
they had to convince him.
yeah.
His family and friends did.
Do you know
Well-
who his brother is?
No,
Elliot Ness. No, who?
Wait.
No.
Elliot Gould.
No, who played Marshall Dillon in Gunsmoke? James Arness.
Yeah, I was about to
That's
say.
actually his brother. Believe it or not.
Really?
I did
Interesting.
not know that.
They've just
I love it. I
Smoking or
love. I love. I love
non-smoking?
James Arness.
not Elliot Ness. James Arness. You see.
So many sight gags that you get derailed.
But yeah, but
because-
what's funny is what always cracks me up about some of these sight gags though is that most people should not understand that humor. Nobody. I mean, I've never been alive when you could smoke on an airplane. The fact that they even asked that for smoking, non-smoking blows my mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And
but
you've never met a Krishna, have you?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Especially at an airport.
especially
Oh,
post
they were
9/11.
all
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
the airport.
Yeah.
I remember. when I
No
was a
thanks. We
kid.
Do
gave
you
it
re-
the office.
Do you remember? I was telling somebody about this the other day. When you would get on a plane and they would have the kiosks where you could buy flight insurance.
Oh yeah.
It was the most, if you were afraid of flying,
Yeah.
it was the most terrifying thing. Like, apparently, the chances of me dying are high enough that they need to offer me this service right now.
Yeah. Talk about using fear of loss as a motivator to buy something.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
horrific,
Yeah. Do you love your family? You know this plane might fucking crash.
I mean, it is a giant metal tube just zipping through the sky hundreds
It's
of
like
miles an
it's like a
hour,
big
so-
Tylenol.
Yeah.
Things.
So the synopsis. So Ted follows his flight attendant girlfriend Elaine onto a plane, even though he's deathly afraid of planes ever since his mess up in the
Who
war.
is such a good actress.
Oh yeah, Julie Haggerty.
Her
She's great.
performance in this is so just that like flighty, but then she delivers the joke.
Well, she's got that kind of wilting, flower sort of quality to her, and I have to ask because she's
Oh
not.
no, you
because-
smoke. Oh.
No, putana de seabeds.
And she can inflate an autopilot.
She can't.
Man,
Nobody's
yes.
business. Did you see the smile on his face?
Yes.
Wasn't he smoking afterwards?
Yes. Oh,
He
this is
played
one of my
a while.
favorite lines. I love this. Is yes. First time? No, I've been nervous plenty of times.
And that's one of the things about, and I think that's why getting back to the serious actor
Yeah.
cast, because Leslie Nielsen is one of the great comedic actors of our day.
Rest
But
in
he
peace,
was
Leslie.
he was a straight actor, and then he just. It's like all of a sudden somebody realized if we just give Leslie Nielsen funny lines and have him do them straight,
Oh, yeah.
they're the funniest things.
And he can do
And
it
this-
so
well-
deadpan, and it's
Oh,
funny
yeah.
because he said he'd always wanted to be a comedian until somebody gave him a chance, much like you making me a female character
Yes.
in a Shakespeare show. Jason.
Do you know what's on
So
his
thank you.
tombstone?
Oh, tell me.
It says "Let her rip."
Oh gosh.
I think you've told
Yeah.
me that before,
You
but
gotta
we've got
love
so many
it.
good tombstones now.
Yeah, I mean, this movie changes. It changed the trajectories of so many different people's careers. Same thing with like Lloyd Bridges. If you didn't have
Oh.
Airplane, you wouldn't have Hot Shots. If you didn't have
true.
Airplane, you wouldn't have The Naked Gun.
Lloyd Bridges.
Yes. Oh, he is hilarious.
Lloyd Bridges is awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody's awesome.
let's not forget Robert Stack.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Robert Stack is just
Everybody's genius in this movie.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I miss Robert Stack. I think out of all of those actors, I think I miss Robert Stack the most.
Yes.
Elliot Ness, Unsolved Mystery, like the news for Unsolved Mysteries fans is it's coming back
Yes.
this
Yes, it is.
this month. They're doing 6 new episodes of Unsolved Mysteries.
Who will be hosting?
I don't know. And that's
Still
the
a
thing.
mystery.
Yeah,
My
Yes.
money's
Yeah.
not on Robert Stack.
It could be Robert Stackbot.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
I wish.
Oh gosh, that'd be great.
Peter Graves, he was a guy who got made fun of on MST3K and didn't take well to it.
He seems like
He
one of
did
those
not-
actors that might take himself too seriously in
He-
real life. Kind of like Sean Penn or
Oh yeah.
somebody with a toot.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Oh Lord.
Tonight on Biography. Does anyone remember Biography?
I don't think the producers of
Vaguely.
Biography
Yeah.
remember Biography.
So anyway, back to the synopsis for the 40th time. So Ted overcomes his fear and boards the plane to follow Elaine so that she'll change her mind about their
No, he doesn't
relationship.
overcome his fear. He's scared shitless the
No,
whole
but
time.
he at least
But he
brave-
eventually
He
does.
faces
Yeah.
his
Well,
fear enough
spoiler
to
alert,
board the
sorry.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nobody knows the ending of this movie. It was made in 1980. Spoiler alert. Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
So,
But we have young people who tune in, these young people who don't know things.
that's true.
Who want to be hip?
And
Who
I'm
want to be
trying-
They
cool?
want to be cool
Yeah.
like us.
And they
Follow
can
the
be.
in
God,
crowd.
my hip is hurting.
Good lord.
Jeez,
Oh,
I
did
think
you
it's going to
forget your
rain.
ass
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Ah.
Yeah. My neck hurts real bad. I took a nap earlier.
Jason,
Yeah.
did you forget your dentures again?
No, they're in.
Oh,
they're
okay.
in. They're in.
They're there.
Well, you
These
never
are the-
smile, so it's
Thank
really
you,
hard for me
denture
to
drip.
tell.
Yeah, these are the backup dentures.
Oh, gotcha.
They're made of whalebone.
Hindsight is horrifying. Brought to you by Denture Grip.
Actually, we tried. We couldn't get them.
We could get them.
We made our best attempt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ted follows Elaine onto the plane, and then everyone
Famous
who.
Jewish.
Good God, man!
One of my favorite also as well. This is like one of those jokes you may not be able to do. And that entire pamphlet's
this
about Sandy
movie.
Koufax.
No. Let's be honest. We should enjoy the fact that we're watching this because this movie will be canceled.
Oh yeah.
This one's going.
Yeah. Oh, it'll happen eventually.
Yes. The new Reichsführer. But no,
Sorry,
9.
before Jade says it, back to the synopsis.
Thank you. So what happens is that any passenger who
can
ate
turn
the
her
fish
microphone
for
off.
dinner,
It's pretty cool.
they all get food poisoning, and that includes the navigator.
Except Leslie
and the,
Nielsen, he had lasagna.
somehow because the options were fish or steak.
No, I had
So I was good. I had the lasagna.
Never eat the fish.
Never
But
eat the
it
fish.
incapacitates all the crew, the
Yes.
navigator and the pilot and co-pilot. And then it's up to Ted to save the day, despite his deathly fear of planes. So there's the frickin' synopsis. God, you guys suck.
This is a
You
movie.
actually missed the part too where an old army captain of his and
Yeah.
this commander during that he's there as well, played by Robert Stack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Drambuie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
God.
See,
Drambuie.
this is when I make my entry.
There it is. There it is.
An officer and a gentleman.
Here it is. Nothing gentlemanly here.
The two Girl Scouts.
Oh
They
god, they're
bust out the
hilarious.
They're so awesome.
I don't know, it was worse than Detroit. That's a joke
Yeah.
that's actually aged well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so-
Detroit still kind of sucks.
yeah. How weird is that?
Sorry, Detroit.
Sorry, Detroit. Yeah.
But this is a movie that really shows if you want to make a very, very good comedy. Yes, it is important to get the right actors, but I would submit you probably could have found a bunch of actors who could have done this.
Yeah.
You have to have somebody writing the great script.
Oh yeah.
It's why the original Ghostbusters was fantastic. The remake was shit.
Well, you have
Which
to,
are we talking about? The sequel? Or are we talking about the newest one?
The newest one, the
Oh, yeah,
Paul
that was-
Feig. Yeah.
That was.
It had it had nothing to do with the actresses. It was literally it was a bad
Yeah,
script.
because all
Oh,
the
it was.
actresses were great, but they
Yeah.
were all really
Yeah.
it didn't work. But I don't know. The Zucker brothers gave really good bones to this script, but they had to flesh it out.
Say that
because
again.
They gave great bones to this script. Is that what you need to hear?
That sounds like a line from the
Yeah.
film.
It really does. It
Yeah.
really
Oh,
does.
you all love it. Anyway,
Yes.
but they asked
Not
Robert
so
Hayes.
much as you, I hope.
Oh.
Gross.
Back to you, Jade.
You three need Jesus.
I don't even remember.
I've got him.
He was here for our first cast and then left quickly.
Yeah.
Yes. But they asked Robert Hayes when he's supposed to be boring the Japanese general. They were like, "Oh, this scene isn't long enough. We need you to write a few more lines and extend the scene." And he was like, "Oh shit, I'm not a writer. I don't know how to do that." And they were like, "Just act like you're boring somebody to
Yeah.
death." And so Robert Hayes actually wrote several of his lines in the movie
Really?
too. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
He was really nervous about it.
I did not know that.
Ooh, fun fact: they actually had to speed this song up and get permission from the Bee Gees to make it all work.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, it's fair play to the
Yeah, they're not on
BJs
screen.
for letting.
Oh
him
my
do it.
lord, that guy on the right looks like freaking Nick Frost. Simon Pegg did
Oh,
so
yes.
much.
Wow.
Holy Lord, Eds.
Really?
Do the monkey impression.
I think
Yeah.
he does. Yeah.
From
Did he
Shaun of
ring
the
his head?
Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he could be at least his alcoholic uncle. One of the
I want to
two.
go back to the 70s when I could go on a dance floor and actually like pull it off. Because in the 70s, apparently, people
The
like
moves were more
us,
basic.
we
Oh, yeah.
could do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's got to move the arm.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
So, gentlemen, looking at Julie Hagerty get down on the dance floor, you know who else tried out for her part?
Sigourney Weaver.
And
Ooh, I don't know this one.
Shelley Long, Diane from
wow.
Cheers. And the Zucker brothers were like, we liked them. They were great, obviously, but they just weren't right for this
Yeah.
role. And then Julie Hagerty comes along. And so I ask you, is she a sex symbol for you guys at all? Or
she's
just-
beautiful.
She is
she's a
beautiful.
gorgeous
I don't know if Julie
woman, yeah.
Hagerty really falls into that category or not. 'Cause-
Yeah, I
'cause-
mean, definitely better than Shelley Duvall or Sigourney Weaver.
She's got a
Wait,
nice
no,
figure.
wait,
She's
was
got
it-
pert breasts?
Yeah,
Tight thighs.
I'm with that. Yeah, you know, she's
firm thighs.
She's slender.
Wait, did you say Shelley Duvall or Shelley Long?
Oh, my
Shelley
God.
Long.
Oh,
Shelley
wait.
Duvall
Okay,
would've
Shelley
been-
Duvall, that would have been
Yeah,
a
I was
totally
like,
different
I was
movie.
like, Popeye's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't. Now I can't picture Shelley Long in my head.
Yeah, now
I'll
I
have to
would
figure that
have.
out.
Diane from Cheers.
Diane from Cheers.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I missed
Or
that.
what's her name from Night Shift?
Oh,
That
Yeah,
was
right.
Shelley
Yeah.
Duvall, wasn't it?
No, that was Shelley Long.
That was also. Oh, that was also.
No,
Shelley
that
Long.
was
You're
not
right.
Shelley
Sorry.
Duvall.
Hey, we both mixed up our
Yeah.
Shelley. All right,
There we
it's
go.
fine. Anyway, but yeah, see, Robert Hayes to me, like, he's really good looking, but Julie Hagerty, I don't really see it.
I mean, you know.
But what man doesn't want a woman that can pick him up bodily by his ankles and swing him around on a dance
Yes.
floor? I ask you.
I don't know if you go talk to an abused spouse or something. They
You
wouldn't
know,
want that.
I've been there before. After
Here we
like
go.
after
Strings.
half
You
a
can
dozen
see the
times, it's
strings.
over.
yeah, there we go.
Just like in Highlander.
There should only be one.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Unlike these movies, because they were a couple.
oh, he nailed the dismount there.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed the dismount.
It's always important to nail the dismount, gentlemen. Just in
Absolutely.
case you
I
never
would
wear
totally
it.
wear
Oh.
that outfit if it was socially acceptable outside of Brooklyn to wear
When
that
have you ever
outfit.
cared about what is socially
mean,
acceptable? Let's go to the next time we go to the Avalon. We'll do like 70s night.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
You just
I don't have any
key to
70s.
that- The key to that though is it's the puffy shirt. You got to get the big poofy sleeves.
He's
not
going
these
full
little-
Jimmy Jr. right now, Jason.
Oh yeah, this is great.
But I don't want to be a pirate.
Oh man, that's just
So,
pure skill.
normally we ask things like, "When was the first time you saw this movie?" I'm gonna guess nobody remembers.
I do. I would have
Do
been.
you
about-
actually remember the first time you saw this?
I would have been about 12, so it was wildly inappropriate for me to have been watching it.
Oh yeah, ditto.
Was it?
Yeah.
You saw it in the theater then, is that what you're saying?
Hilarious. You want to start that game?
No.
I don't think you do. but I would have seen it. So once again, that's something that I've realized once we started doing this show is my dad loves this. He loves Caddyshack, but
Mel
I would have
Brooks.
seen Mel Brooks.
Oh,
But I
anything
would have
Mel
seen
Brooks.
the '90s TV cuts on TV. So I wouldn't have seen
They
all of the dirty
did
stuff.
they
fair.
did used to play this movie a lot on TBS.
Yeah.
They played
So-
it on TBS, the edited version, which still, I
still-
mean,
There's well, because there's not like a ton of language, but I would imagine that between now and then, times have changed on what they would censor.
Mhm.
I almost wish I could like see that version first.
Yeah, the
It
2020
has to be
version.
30 minutes shorter.
I doubt that they would show the hanging bodies or the
probably
or the
not.
general doing seppuku.
Or the woman doing cocaine after being offered a drink.
Oh, and what's his McCloskey on the
Yeah.
ground? He's like, oh, it's a bad day or bad week for me to quit
Yes.
smoking.
Oh yeah,
and it gets
It's a-
progressively worse.
Oh yeah, it's a bad day. I picked a bad day to quit doing amphetamines.
Yeah, but it goes
Sniffing
from smoking
glue.
to
Sniffing
drinking
glue was the last one,
to
yeah.
amphetamines to sniffing glue.
Yeah.
you don't
and-
quit sniffing glue. You just
You take a break.
Slow down.
take a break.
You take a break.
Yeah.
You just take a
Yeah,
decent
dude.
break.
Because eventually you run out of glue.
And okay, and I know we're coming up on the jive scene with, of all people,
Barbara
Mrs.
Billingsley.
Yes,
Yes.
Mrs. Cleaver.
Yes.
But so the two actors that played the jive speakers, there was only the only thing that was written for them was shy mofo. And the Zuckers apologized to the actors, saying that was the best that three
Shy
white
mofo.
Jewish guys from Milwaukee could do. And Al White and Norm Gibbs auditioned together, and they said,
my
"Do you-"
coffee.
They were like, "Do you mind if we do our own thing?" So all their
Yeah, here
jive
it
is pretty
comes.
much all them.
Yes.
Yeah, no, all of that was improvised. And also, I forgot
Oh,
the.
this is a great joke.
Oh,
right
yeah.
here.
I take it black.
See,
like my,
my
man.
Man. See, I was watching this.
Little 9-year-old girl.
Oh, God.
I wasn't
See,
quite that mature. at 9
Rowan
years old.
Rowan Atkinson, the legendary comedian.
Oh, yes.
Black,
He-
Blackadder.
Oh yeah, I was like, no, he's not black.
Blackadder.
No, he did a speech somewhere. It's on YouTube. I'll try to find it. And he talked about the importance of preserving the right to offend people.
Yeah.
So much.
He said
It's so
if
important.
you lose the right to offend people, you might as well stop comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
absolutely.
exist anymore. Graham Chapman, of Monty Python, when he died, he loved being offensive so much that when they would do things afterwards, they would like bring an urn and they would stick a sticker that said Graham on it.
Oh God.
And they said, it's like, no, that's exactly the joke he would want because it's totally offensive.
Oh, God.
And so he would love it.
Oh.
You know?
Yes, I was watching this yesterday, and I was trying to pick out like when you watch a classic comedy or a Mel Brooks like a Blazing Saddles, you look at it and you're
She
like,
is
what?
hot.
Yeah, thank you. I'd hit that.
Yeah. Oh, she's,
Well, okay,
she's
that's
gorgeous.
not the question though.
No, anyways, moral of those is, but I was watching this, wondering like what wouldn't land today. Like if you
Most
could
of
pick a joke, I disagree.
No, because I'm just talking about out of context for a smoking ticket.
Well, that,
smoking
yes.
section, and there's so much stuff that's out of date that kids would be like, "Why is that
You're
funny?"
talking about a generation of people who, if you ask them who won the Second World War, they would have to go to Wikipedia
Mexico?
to find out.
There was a second one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did two of them. What are they, stupid?
Was that the one that Tom Hanks starred in, or was it the one before that?
Oh dear God.
Glad I don't have my katana. I would
question.
commit seppuku.
Who is Gunderson in this film?
Gunderson?
Gunderson.
Because he's played by Jonathan Banks, and if you know,
Wait, like
wait.
no, he's a radar guy. He looks out
Yeah.
over. Yes, I recognized him when I watched it. I
Breaking
was like,
Bad.
is that Mike? Is that Airman Trout right there?
Jonathan Gunderson
Yeah,
from Breaking Bad.
yeah. He's
Mike.
he's Mike Airman Trout.
Yep.
I think that's his last name in Breaking Bad. If I'm not.
And
memory
who is
serves.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I can't smell
Roger Murdoch.
No, I know.
Yes, he is.
I don't know.
I was
which,
about to slap you
which,
on that
which
one.
one is Kareem?
So, do you know who they approached? Here's a fun. Do you know who they approached first to play that role?
LeBron James.
He was a fetus back then.
Yes, he
I
was.
probably do know that.
He was still swimming.
still 7 feet tall.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and
I have
spoil it
this
for you,
somewhere.
Jade.
No, I've got another fact about this. So go
Pete
ahead.
Rose.
Yes, but he was too busy
that
with
would have been
baseball.
awesome.
That would have been amazing.
Yes,
That would have worked.
That would have worked
Yeah.
so well.
And do you
Yeah.
guys know how Kareem negotiated his salary? Because they initially offered him $30,000 for the part, but there was a really fancy rug that he wanted to buy for $35,000, so he got his agent to up it another $5,000.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's baller.
That's baller right
yeah,
there.
He wanted
The
a
baller was
goddamn
That's
rug.
just that's FU money. I want that. I'm gonna be famous,
Hey,
and
I
I'm gonna
know
go
you.
buy a rug.
You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh God.
You play a basketball for the Los Angeles
Yeah.
Lakers.
I'm sorry, son. You must have been confused. My name is Roger Murdoch.
And Joey proceeds
I
to
love it.
diss
Yeah.
the absolute shit.
Oh, it's so good.
My
It's
dad
so
says
good.
he sucks.
And like, and for people who don't know who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, this would be like having Muhammad Ali and
Yeah.
just get told how he can't
Yeah.
box for shit.
Yeah, Kareem.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was the man back then.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Look at the
I will
name
say
tag,
he's
it's
also
Roger
half of my
Murdoch.
favorite Chuck Norris fact of all time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar claims to have slept with over 20,000 women in his lifetime. Chuck Norris calls that a slow Tuesday.
Wait, I believe you were talking about Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, was that
Yes,
Wilt Chamberlain?
that's Wilt.
Oh,
That's
Wilt
Wilt.
the Stilt.
Wilt the
Oh,
Stilt.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
That.
Fair
Yes.
enough. Oh, well.
Now, Kareem was a good guy. He only slept with about 1,800.
Yeah.
1800 or so.
I mean, that's still pretty good numbers.
My favorite Chuck Norris is the dinosaurs pissed off Chuck Norris once.
Once. Yeah.
Well, I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also trained with Bruce Lee, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
For
he
what
was
purpose?
because
He was in one of his movies.
he was in a movie with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't he also in like, the second Conan or something? Wasn't he? Didn't he?
He was in more
That was
than
James Earl Jones. You're not
that
getting
was not. No, that was
I just
not.
wanna make sure.
Hold on.
on
Nope.
behalf
Nope.
of,
I'm
on
bringing.
behalf of JRJM Entertainment. I'd like to.
Yeah.
apologize.
No.
We would like
Hold
to
on.
disassociate ourselves immediately with. But anyway,
Well, geez, do they look alike?
I mean, I don't know
Sure
why.
don't sound
I don't know what you are
gotten
inferring
really
right
hot in
now.
here.
You mean
Could you
implying?
up the air?
Topical.
That's your jacket. So, by the way, just gonna throw this out there. That's Andre the Giant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar standing with Arnold Schwarzenegger on the set of Conan.
yeah.
So,
Arnold-
just FYI,
Arnold's
Fair
just-
enough.
So
I
you've
think both of y'all are
proven
Arnold-
that he
Arnold.
visited.
he's
The
in
set of
fucking
Conan.
costume. Do you need to see this?
Oh my God! You're calling that a costume.
Oh my lord! You're gonna get me sued and y'all thrown off of YouTube.
Anyhow.
So, quick story. I was in New York City, and I was going to see
You just say
Shakespeare.
New
New York. I was going to see Shakespeare in the Park, and it was the Seagull. It was in 2000. It was like star-studded, to the point where we were going to have to sleep overnight in Central Park to get our free tickets.
Wow.
So I went to a store.
That's
I got,
cool, though.
I got
Yeah.
mats. I got a chair to sit in. And I'm loaded down with all this stuff, leaving the sporting goods store. And I could barely look up. I'm walking down the sidewalk, and I see this cute little dog. And that's what I think. Look at that cute little dog. And I follow the leash up, and it's Julie Haggerty with the dog.
Oh, you're kidding
And
me.
I was like, "Hala, hala, hala." I didn't even know what to say.
Now, were you in a relationship at this time, or
Well,
Okay.
Erroneous.
Erroneous. Erroneous now.
Obje-
a blanket, no.
okay? All right. Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Yes.
Now, I'm not in a relationship. If you ask my girlfriend that, she'd be really pissed.
You'd be really
Yeah.
upset. Yeah, I'm not in a relationship, but I know a couple people that'd be really pissed if I said that.
Thank you, Mitch.
But in
That's
real
what I
life, she
going
was,
for.
even without makeup, she was lovely.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely lovely.
Good for her.
But isn't that
The dog or Julie Haggerty?
Can it be both?
actually.
Yeah.
I
Can it
do
be
love
both?
animals. I'm an animal
Could you
lover.
imagine though, just walking
Yeah.
down New York and when you're a teenager, 1965, and just seeing that?
Oh yeah.
That's a
Well, most of us don't get to experience celebrities in their natural habitats. You
That's
have
true.
you have to pay
Well,
to meet
yeah.
them or
I-
visit a
Look
set or
around.
something.
yeah.
Here we are.
I know.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
only seen one once or two actually. I saw Evander Holyfield, but I saw Tiny Lister Debo from Friday once riding the tram at Hartsfield.
That's pretty cool.
Lister
he's
from
terrifying.
Lister from Red Dwarf.
Maybe from The Fifth Element.
Oh, he was in The Fifth Element.
Yeah. I don't want an incident like the president. yeah, that guy. Debo.
Oh, yeah.
Debo.
Oh, yeah.
The one that's looking
Okay.
at you
He's
and the
also in-
screen at the
Yeah.
same
Also in Little
time.
Nicky, wasn't he?
Aw.
Wasn't he also in Little Nicky?
Oh yeah, he was. He was one of the
Yeah.
brothers. Yes,
Uh-huh.
absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
I
But
hate
New York.
the fact that I know that.
New York, though. I mean,
You're welcome.
because like you said, it is the natural habitat.
Of the celebrities.
Of these
Besides
celebrities,
LA.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because like we have a place in New York, and down the road is our neighbor, Daniel Craig,
Yeah.
Nice.
and his wife, Rachel Weisz.
Yes.
You know,
Oh.
yeah, I know,
One of
right?
the most
Yeah,
beautiful women
Let's just
in
go
the world.
stay at your
Oh,
place.
God.
yeah.
and
I'm
hang out.
working.
Even an enemy
I'm-
at the gates.
I'm working
Seriously.
on that. I'm
Even
actually
watching
working
another
on
man
that.
get down with her, you're like, oh, she's so beautiful.
A brief window when we will be able to go to New York and just stay in Brooklyn, and we could do an episode from Brooklyn.
Absolutely, we
there we
can.
go.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Count
and
me
we can
in.
go to Daniel Craig's house.
Yeah, he'll have us over.
I'll make him a martini,
Cocktail.
shaken nuts.
He'll
Yeah,
go,
there he
wait a
is.
minute, are you the people from that
I'm sure he's
podcast?
got to be so tired.
Come
of that
on
by now.
in.
No, I'll make him my jalapeno margaritas.
By the
you
way,
go.
I'm not Scottish. I don't know why I'm suddenly
Yeah,
Scottish.
because you know your original James Bond
Yeah.
is the one
Yes.
that lives in your heart.
Sean
forever.
Connery.
Yes, I was
Yes.
kicked in the head. Now I'm
I
Scottish.
thought that was an Egyptian accent. What are
Yes,
you
that's
talking
Egyptian.
about?
That's true.
See, I will say, anytime I ever try to do a Sean Connery accent, I end up doing the one from Celebrity Jeopardy. Like
Me
I do
too.
Daryl Hammond doing a.
Penis Mike.
Come on, Trebek.
I had a friend of mine. I think I told you this. Whenever he was walking down the street somewhere in New York, and he saw Matt Damon,
Matt Damon.
walking towards him, and he just thought to himself, he's like, "This is probably the only time I'm ever going to see Matt Damon in the wild." What?
I love that you've adopted that.
Yeah,
phrase.
and he's like, "What do I do? What do I say?"
Please tell me, hit me with the.
And-
I got her number.
No. as he was approaching Matt Damon, he just went, "Matt Damon." And Matt Damon
Did he
just
get the
reached.
high five?
Matt Damon reached up and high fived him, and they kept walking. And I said, "That's it. That's the
beautiful.
best you could ever
That's
ask
it.
for."
I think the biggest celebrity sighting I've ever seen in the wild was actually in Atlanta, believe it or not New York or LA. I was working in a Starbucks.
Jeff Foxworthy?
I actually was in the same Chili's as Jeff Foxworthy once. We were a few
No one
tables
cares.
over. No,
No
but
one
the
cares.
biggest celebrity
Nobody
sighting
cares.
I've ever had, I was at the register at a Starbucks, and Samuel L. Jackson drove through.
Oh, that's a
and-
good one.
Because they were
Oh
starting
God,
to shoot.
this story again.
No, they were. Well, he's never heard it. They were shooting the Marvel movies, and Samuel L. drives through, and my manager's freaking out. Jade, oh my God, Samuel L. Jackson's in the drive-through, and the poor kid who was serving him mixed him up with Morgan Freeman.
Oh my
And
God.
He was like, "I loved you in Deep Impact, man." And he goes, "Yeah, I wasn't in that
Did
movie,
you-
but
did you ever-
thanks."
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you were.
Yeah. Did you ever see?
I'm,
So this.
I'm positive.
You were.
You were absolutely
you
were.
were
I'm
in
pretty
that.
sure you
Go
were.
for it, son.
You had a goatee and freckles going on, but the Shawshank Redemption 2, so you were great. Did you ever see? There was an Atlanta actually celebrity reporter that was interviewing him right after the Super Bowl. And the reporter on air got him mixed up with Lawrence Fishburne from like this Capital One commercial. And Samuel L. Jackson, absolutely. I mean, he went on. I didn't do a Capital One commercial. That's Lawrence Fishburne. I'm also not Morgan Freeman. I don't narrate
See, I
anything.
told you
I'm
this
also
is-
not the
Yeah,
guy
there
from
you go.
Allstate. I'm not Pedro Serrano. Like he went ballistic. You have one fucking job.
I'm pretty sure
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you are all those things.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I saw
You're
it.
talented enough.
Wait,
to
I
be.
thought he did do the commercials for the credit card company.
Eventually he did.
Okay, I was
Eventually you
gonna
did.
say,
You know what?
like-
That might have been his end.
Yeah, I'm like,
That
wait a
might have
minute.
been his agent's pitch.
But this was after the Starbucks
could've
incident.
sworn,
'Cause
yeah.
we saw that on the news and we were like, "Holy shit!" That was because the one
so
idiot
good.
kid that we worked with
Yeah.
at Starbucks. So okay, so the movie. What's happening, guys?
Oh God! Right now he's about to
They're
introduce
in-
basketball.
Rapa Nui.
To
Yeah.
a tribe
Yeah.
of indigenous people. who-
Speaking of jokes that you could not make today.
a white man teaching a black indigenous tribe how to play basketball.
Why
and
not?
do a
But what?
handshake.
No. What is offensive about this?
It's satirical.
Well, it's
It is
satire.
satirical.
Well,
It
the
is.
only thing that I would say probably wouldn't pass muster today is the handshake, where he's trying to do this kind of complicated
Yeah.
thing, and it's kind of.
Did you just say pass mustard?
mustard?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like, uh-oh.
I need you to pass the mustard. Tom. It's over there. Give me the
look,
mustard.
Oh, the
It's in
Tupperware party.
It's in the Tupperware.
I know she's
bag.
trying to sell them Tupperware. Why didn't you
talk
bring
about-
the
Here's
Talk
another
about
joke
a
that
joke that would not
would not
land.
land today.
My
No
mom
one
had
knows.
all of those containers
Oh, yeah.
in her house. No
Oh, yes.
joke. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you're trying to preserve food.
Yeah, and I will say this: I never opened one where anything was still good to eat inside of them because they would just get lost in the back of the refrigerator.
Especially with spaghetti. And then
Thanksgiving leftovers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then there was a green kind of fur over
Yeah,
top of it
exactly.
when you
Oh.
remembered
well,
what
and
was
spaghetti
in it.
stained the yellow ones. Your mom would yell at you for leaving spaghetti sauce in
Yes.
the yellow ones because it always stained.
Yes.
Oh God.
Does anybody remember the Harlem Globetrotters? How cool
I
were
do.
they? were so cool.
Curly-
I do.
Curly
Wait,
just
are they
died, I
not
think.
still
Yeah.
around? Is that not the
I
same
don't.
thing?
I don't know
No,
if
they are.
They are?
They
Okay.
are, but it's a new generation.
Oh.
I wouldn't know who any
I
of
would
them were in
imagine.
that case.
Harlem Globetrotters.
They were great in Futurama.
That great guest
And on
appearance.
Scooby-Doo. don't
Yes.
you?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
true. On Scooby
Another
Doo.
episode of ours.
I would still say though that like the easiest job on the planet has to be team captain on the team that's expected to lose to them.
Oh yeah.
Like your bar is not set high at all. There's no performance eval. How'd you do tonight, Bill? We went out and lost by 25 points. Fucking great. Good job.
25.
what you're supposed to do.
No, you
Yeah.
lose. You lose by 25 points. That's a no. You screwed up, dude. You're supposed to lose
You-
by like 100
100,
points to the
yeah.
Harlem
Oh, well, yeah,
Globetrotters.
that's
you
fair
know.
enough. Fair enough.
Now,
all
are there any African
Oh,
Americans on the
hold on.
opponents?
Also, second favorite gag of the entire movie led to my drinking problem.
Yeah, I do that. I do that. Yeah.
You seem to be
What were
throwing
you-
the
what
beer
were you
into
saying,
your mouth as opposed to into your face, though, so that you've at least
He's
accomplished
gotten over it.
I mean, I've you know, again, the
seppuku by the Japanese general. And that was the part where, Mr. Hayes got to make up some of his own lines just for the hell of it. And Jason, I had forgotten because we did a podcast many moons ago where you were like, so-and-so never does this at home. And I had forgotten that it's an allusion to this movie until the lady was like, so-and-so never drinks a second cup of
They
coffee
never
at
do.
home.
He never.
well, that was a
vomits
real
at home.
commercial back in the days. Yeah, it was
I don't remember that one very well.
Well, no, but because it was back in this day, you
What
weren't
did Julie
alive yet.
Haggerty
that's
do
true.
after this?
What's that?
I'm sure she did.
Collected a royalty
stuff.
check.
I don't know. I doubt she did.
No, they said the Zuckers were like, we expected it. They were so enthusiastic from beginning to end. They were like, we didn't expect it to go on as long as it did.
Oh, it's a classic.
Because they were like, we expected it to be a success because people didn't understand the concept until Paramount came along. And guess who greenlit this project, Jason?
Harvey Weinstein.
Michael freaking Eisner.
Oh wow, yes, that's a good
You
one.
know, okay.
The one good thing.
by the way,
that fool ever did.
No. I am in the post-Eisner, post-Iger era. I'm starting to kind of come around a little bit on Eisner.
Okay. After Kara came on for a Disney episode and told you all about him.
That's a whole other. We that's a Disney conversation.
Okay, fine. But
What's your favorite line that you use regularly from this? I
From
know
this?
Yeah.
Oh, don't call me Shirley.
everybody uses it.
Absolutely.
You got to dig a little
Yeah.
deeper, though. You got to pick something else.
Have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
good one.
That's
you
a
know,
really
you know
good
what
one.
that's a reference.
Have you ever
Yes.
seen a grown man naked? Yeah.
You ever spend a lot of time in the gymnasium, Joey?
Yeah. I would say I still think that my favorite one outside of obviously, you know, don't call me Shirley is oh darn it, what is the captain's name again? Kramer. Oh man, when Kramer hears about this, the shit's gonna hit the fan.
Oh, yeah.
I love that line.
Oh,
Whammo.
Adam,
Yes?
tell me what I was thinking of when the eggs started coming out of this lady's mouth. I'm sure you know.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid to ask, but was it Cool Hand Luke?
No, unfortunately, it was Shivers when the parasites started coming out of that guy's mouth, and I was like,
She can't get
Adam
her
has
mind
ruined
off
my
of
life.
Shivers.
No, that's a bad one. By
I
the way,
know,
Julie Haggerty's back
she's
on
kind of
screen.
obsessed with Shivers.
and I've never seen it again.
know?
It
Yeah.
will never leave my brain.
Oh, you don't have to.
I know.
Yeah, it's there. It's like a tattoo. It's there forever.
Hey, I saw it as a child. It never left my brain until we brought it back,
Yeah.
and I was able to spread the.
It's so.
I'm not gonna use the
it's
P
so
word.
awful.
Yeah, don't touch me and say parasite.
Wait, which P word?
The parasite.
Oh,
that one.
okay.
Not what they look like. That's
Yeah.
a different P word.
Yes.
Don't touch me and say that either.
Yeah,
so.
fair enough. Oh, one pilot down.
And Kareem.
Shit's starting to get real.
I know.
Yes, it is. He's starting to sweat.
By the way, to answer your what has Julie Haggerty been up to? Just went to her IMDb page. Apparently, she was in Freddy Got Fingered and Marriage Story last year. So
Oh, so she's still working.
She's still working.
she is still working.
That makes me
Oh,
oddly happy.
so good. You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean I'm just not sure.
God.
Well,
Got
can you
patience
take a
in
guess?
This movie would not have worked if they cast it any differently. Like if they tried to cast somebody that was funny. So the original person that was supposed to be the doctor here, the movie studios wanted Dom DeLuise.
They also wanted
I
Chevy
could
Chase or Bill
actually,
Murray.
I could see Dom DeLuise, but on that note though,
Okay.
and much to the heartbreak of everybody, we need to take a
quick
break.
break. We'll be right
Honestly,
back.
to the
Not my
welcome of
heartbreak.
my
Yeah.
bladder,
I
I
was
am
gonna
here.
say, yeah.
Part of the reason
Yeah.
why we take breaks.
There we
So
go.
blah 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 blah. We'll be right back.
There we go.
Like, there's no way that time will wait.
I'm glad we took a break so that we could come back and get right back into the, real detailed analysis of this movie that we've
Well,
been doing.
I'll have you know, every time I flew in a plane after this movie, I never ate.
The fish.
you know what?
I'm sure.
It had a
Who eats
weird
fish in an
effect
airplane?
on me.
I don't remember the last time I was on a plane and they served fish.
Yeah,
You're
right?
right.
I think this movie kind of killed.
So I,
fish industry.
I got to tell you, when we flew, I was telling y'all earlier, we flew to Europe towards the end of last year. When we flew back, it was Air France, and one of their little side dishes was like smoked salmon.
Nope.
Oh, I did it.
Oh,
I did it. It was
You were
so
looking
good.
forward to the
It
flatulence.
was so good.
Well, but the good thing was it
Catherine.
wasn't a fish that when you ate it, it was you had the
Bones.
bones.
Yeah, here it is. Matter of
Fish
speak of the
shaped
devil. Here it is,
bones, yeah.
right
I
there.
thought of that because
So
have y'all
Peter
ever-
Graves had the
But look
fish.
at look
Yes,
at how
he did.
awful the rest of that meal is. Like a dry bran muffin, sliced peaches, and a perch.
Well, this is 1980. I mean, how good could the
But this is
cuisine
one of my
really be?
favorite
I don't know,
scenes
they
when
could've-
describe the symptoms as Peter Graves is
Yeah.
going
Right, go and
muscle
do it.
spasms.
Oh, my
Peter
Lord.
Graves,
Inevitable
who is not wearing a wig.
No, he's
That's
not.
all
That's
real.
amazing.
That's all
He
real.
invented the hard part, pretty much. Like that guy, he was ahead of
Hey,
his
some
time.
people have a severe part.
Well, he
I've got
had
one
to
on the
because he
list
was
and
on
one.
A&E's biography.
There we go.
Yes.
And who was on Mission Impossible? Oh God,
Here-
the gratuitously shaking boobs.
yeah.
while
There we
they're
go.
playing- Oh, and that was one of the
That's
suckers'
her mom's. Yeah, that's the mom.
Yeah.
I love no fucking in rows 13 through 51.
Which that
Yes.
means that somebody must be.
Yeah, there we go. Every time you see a rule or a sign, there's been a reason.
Yeah.
It's like
Mile High
who,
Club.
who made
Yeah.
this necessary for
Yeah.
there to be a sign?
No,
But-
the Mile High Club is a mistake. I know because Clark Griswold showed me that.
Ah, yes, it is. it
Vegas
is.
Vacation.
I
So
thought this
good.
was going to be a much
disaster.
Oh,
more
it's
interesting
just
story.
just a birthmark.
But yeah, so we get the inflatable.
The inflatable pilot
Autopilot.
who has his own
Auto.
credit on IMDb for this movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Auto,
the
the
autopilot actually lived in one of the Zucker's garages
Yep.
and eventually just sort of
Disintegrated.
over time. And I thought, what a
from,
horrible.
from being inflated too
That
much.
that should be in the Smithsonian. You belong in a museum. So
I
do
don't know. People
you.
keep certain things from certain sets. I guess he just had sentimental value.
I'm
to
sure
one of
his
the
wife
Zuckers.
said you got to get rid of that.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's been 30 years.
Sure,
right?
yeah. It disintegrated, honey. It's
But
okay.
it was the high point of my career.
That's all. That's all I have.
Here we go. How about some more coffee, Johnny? No,
No
thanks.
thanks.
Johnny's my favorite character,
Oh,
hands down.
easily.
I adore him. Steven, what's his name? Steven Stucker.
Oh, right.
One of the
Oh,
most.
Oh yeah, and then, hold on a second. And then of course the Siamese twins out of
lines.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Gives
in
them
this
two different
movie?
assignments in two different areas, and they can't get away from each other.
How awesome is Lloyd Bridges?
Oh, he's so good.
Amazing.
Sequest.
Now, this guy looks familiar.
Yeah.
Was he like...
Oh, he's a character actor.
Yeah, he has to
like,
be from back in the
My
day.
Three
Yeah.
Sons or something?
I
I
have
don't know.
no idea.
Of course, the bad thing is, because we were
How
talking.
about Mr. Rogers?
we were talking on the break about stopping smoking.
Yes.
Does it bother you when you watch a movie and you see somebody smoking and you think, "Ooh,
Does it bother me? I mean, no,
ooh,
not
that
necess-
looks nice."
Yeah, no, not anymore. If you asked me about 2 months and 5 beers into it, I would have said yes. That looks amazing. But that being said, like this, what cracks me up about it though is that they're doing it in an office. They're doing it in an enclosed building.
Yeah.
Because
Again,
he
this
used
is
to be able
something
to.
that people nowadays they just wouldn't.
not permissible.
It wouldn't jive.
I
with
want
them.
a time machine. And I want to go back to 1977.
Yeah.
You just
maybe?
light up a cigarette.
Just light
Yeah,
up.
just wherever you are.
we
Anywhere.
encourage
Well, I
smoking
will
in the
say-
restroom.
Yes.
I don't want to.
yes.
It's kind of like
In a
New York City. I
restaurant.
don't want to live there, but I like to visit. You know.
There he is.
there-
Oh no! Wait a minute. No, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
That's
no, no.
another guy.
The
Hang on, he's
autopilot's
coming.
about. Here it comes.
He's coming.
She has to inflate the manual nozzle.
And his
See,
manual
you want to talk
nozzle.
about a joke that I don't think it's inappropriate because as a kid, I saw this and thought it was funny,
You just
and I had no idea why it was funny.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. But like again, he's got a woman up in the stirrups back there. What's going on up there? There's just this movie never stops.
No.
It's like a crazy ex-girlfriend. It just keeps hitting you all the time. It's so great.
I haven't checked out that show. Is it worth a watch?
What, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? I don't know. I'm just talking. I didn't know
you're
that was a
talking about
show.
actual Crazy
Yeah,
Ex-Girlfriend.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
legitimately
Got it.
Crazy
No, he was
Ex-Girlfriend.
referencing literally
It
the
just
creature.
never lets
Yes.
up. Okay, I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about comedy. And
Yeah,
never
no, they
mind.
just keep on hitting you,
And
even though
auto
you've
just
said
says-
the right things. And
It's
you
a
bought 'em
movie.
flowers.
It's a movie that shows on the front end with
And
the
she's smoking a
script.
cigarette, after going
right
down.
afterwards.
Yeah, he's got a cigarette.
Yeah, he does.
Both smoke.
On the
Yeah.
on the
He
front
obviously is
end,
not filled with pure oxygen. Otherwise,
No.
he'd go up like
Yeah,
a
that'd be
the
bad.
Hindenburg.
you've got the script on the front end,
Yep.
which is all the Zucker brothers. You know, the Abram Zucker whole
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Then you've got the back end, which is the editing booth. Because the editing that had to be done to time these jokes
Oh, yeah.
absolutely perfectly.
For sure.
It's mind blowing. And these guys were literally editing by snipping film,
Oh,
sticking
yeah.
it together.
Yes.
And that is,
That's crazy.
yeah, to pull this off is such an
Ted's drinking
achievement.
problem.
Oh, it was.
We didn't touch on
And-
that.
No, well, we kind of did a little bit.
I talked to you about it. So Ted's
Oh.
drinking problem is the fact that he can't actually get the drink to his lips. He throws
Mm-hmm.
his liquor in his face. And meanwhile,
Oh, by the way, they lifted that line directly from 0 Hour.
What?
Not only do we have to find somebody that can fly this plane, but also didn't have fish for dinner.
yeah.
That's a direct lift.
Oh my God. Well, and what's weird, there are two discrepancies here. So at one point, Joey's back with his parents, but then he's back up in the cockpit out of nowhere being perved out on by Captain Over.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that
not
was a
anymore
discrepancy.
because
And
there
then-
goes Captain Over
But-
right there.
Being
Yeah.
dragged down the aisle.
But Elaine is already aware of the fact that Ted is on the plane, and she knows that he can fly. And then Leslie Nielsen asks her point blank.
She doesn't know he can fly because she knows that he
That fear.
chokes. He can't fly.
No, but then
Yeah.
he comes into the cockpit, and she's
Oh,
like,
there we go. By the way, that was the first set of boobs I ever saw when I was a kid.
I think that was the first set of boobs a lot of us
Yeah.
ever saw. Yeah.
Wait a
glad I
minute,
missed
that
that.
you
Yeah.
remember.
That
I
we
remember.
remember. That's true.
That is
Yes,
true.
let's
That is
yeah,
true.
you probably
Let's be
saw him
clear.
on
I was,
those.
I don't know. I was nursed
bottle
by
fed.
wolves.
Yeah.
So
I was bottle fed, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm
I was number 3.
that
of
explains
3.
the attachment issues.
So by that point, I think my mom
Your
was like,
oldest
"Fuck
sibling was
this."
feeding you.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I'm not getting into this discussion with any of you. So,
And now back to
we're
Jade.
there we go. Oh,
Anyhow, so I did love this bit where no, but going back to Elaine, she knew Ted was on board, and then he arrives in the cockpit, and she's like, "Ted, what are you doing here?"
you can't fly this plane. Well,
And-
because she knows that he cracks under pressure.
But I mean, if he's the only one who can do it, but
What-
I don't know.
Well, I mean, let me ask you this: if somebody said, "Do you know a doctor in the house?" and the only doctor you knew was Jack Kevorkian, would you recommend his services?
you know,
good
probably.
example.
Yeah, very.
I like
Yeah.
Fair
Well
enough,
played.
Jonah. Fair enough.
You've been waiting for him to drop
Yeah.
that one.
No, no,
Yeah.
it just came to me. It just came to me.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
In a dream.
3 years ago, he woke up and
I
he
did.
wrote that down.
I did.
These days,
I did.
I'm
I
on
can
podcasts.
put this
I
one
can
in
finally
somewhere.
remove the
Yeah.
tattoo off my forearm.
Robert Stack,
There
the
he
most
is.
badass, this
Oh, yeah.
badass man in the world.
What was
So
that?
good. I still think Robert Stack. yeah.
The
Poor
dog
guy.
is eating this poor guy.
But,
the
the
golden
but no,
retriever.
but that's the thing. Okay, the golden retriever bit in this highlights one of the reasons why I think this movie is brilliant, which is every single scene. It's like they would write a straight scene
With a
and then
subplot to
layer a joke on it. And they weren't thinking in terms of connecting one joke to another necessarily.
Here's another suicide.
Now that's racist towards Sikhs.
Oh, it
It
really
is.
is.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't seppuku racist towards the Japanese?
Yes, it
Yeah, but
is.
they don't give a shit.
And that
That is
happened.
true.
Actually, and Sikhs don't give a shit either. They're
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
Sikhs
there
are,
you go.
Sikhs are badasses.
Well, see, I don't.
Yeah.
But I once again, as
Oh,
far
it's
as
the little room in the
censorship
front of the
these
plane?
days, I don't think that they would play any
It's
of
a
those.
little room.
No, like I said,
for the
there's
pilots.
so much humor in this that I still think that it could. If a movie like Superbad can make it, if a movie like what was
which
that?
is 30 years old, I think.
Yeah, well, no,
No,
sorry.
it
Yeah.
Super
Superbad?
bad came when I was about in high school.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how old is it?
That'd be,
Okay,
that
how
would
about
make
this?
15
How about
years
Good
old.
Boys?
15
Good
years.
Boys
They
came
know how
out
old I
last
am.
year.
No,
I
I
don't
know. I'm
care.
just saying, but 15 years ago was a long time ago.
Fair enough.
It's not the same comedic
You had
environment.
Mr. Lee jumping naked out of the back of a trunk of a Mercedes in The Hangover. You can still do humor like
we are,
that.
Did
we,
you
but,
die?
but
But did you die?
they have pulled episodes of Faulty Towers. Okay, you can't get those anymore.
Yeah.
What was the other one? There.
I thought something.
Oh, there
from,
it was.
Don't
we
Call Me
just missed
Shirley.
it. We just missed Don't Call Me Shirley.
But something from Community. I thought just got.
Did
sunset
they
for
pulled
that
it
reason.
also?
They did.
I had to do it.
They're completely rewriting the entire
Whatever.
new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There's
What?
all
Based on what?
Well, they have to cancel Terry Crews now.
this
Yeah.
actually this
What
was
did
the
Terry
pre-Terry
Crews do?
Crews
Yeah.
cancellation. This was during the oh my gosh, everything that's going on with the police and all that. They had to go back in and they're like, we can't. What we wrote isn't going to work anymore. So they're rewriting season.
That
the new
is
season.
hold
that
on.
is such horseshit because the
agree.
people who love that show
would get it.
would totally get
it.
Oh no, Adam Sandberg's a racist. No, he's not.
Andy.
Andy.
Well, wait,
You know,
hang
Terry
on.
Crews is a racist.
This is
No,
gonna be
he's
news to a
not.
lot of people because I'm not caught up yet. I know
Okay.
Terry Crews had a racial incident where he was almost arrested by another officer. For
Terry
being a black
Crews
man
the
in a
other
nice
day said
neighborhood.
that Black Lives Matter will eventually become Black Lives Better, and people got really pissed off.
Well,
about it.
what he
That's-
said was, and this
Oh, wow.
we have a strict no politics rule.
Yeah,
on
we
right?
the
don't
No,
show.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
we are now.
All I'm
No
going to say
opinion.
is if anyone in the audience, just go look it up. You can see what
Yeah.
he said.
I had
All,
no
all he
idea.
said was, we have to do this together. We have
Right.
to all get together. And that was his whole point.
Interesting.
Just
Okay.
just let's all do this
Yeah.
together.
and
You
do,
know,
and, do,
anyway.
and do your research back to Airplane.
But he's
There you
on
go. Link
but
it
he's
back.
on America's Got Talent now, isn't he?
Is he?
Has
I
been.
have no idea.
Oh,
I don't watch
he
live
has been?
television.
Oh yeah, has been for a while now.
Cool.
Who else is on that? And who's hosting? Sofia Vergara is on it now.
God.
I don't.
cares?
Exactly.
Was
I'm
Terry
kind of on
Crews
that.
in Idiocracy? Was he the
Yes,
president?
Yes,
he was
he
in Idiocracy.
was.
We're going to be doing that on
Terry,
the show soon.
Crews is fucking awesome.
I
Oh,
love
he's
Terry
been.
Crews.
Oh, he's
Crackdown 3, a
Oh.
very
White girls.
underrated
underrated
game.
game.
An underrated game, in
Frankly,
my
he
opinion.
was the funniest part
He
of
was the
White
best-
Chicks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, far
Oh,
and
white
away.
chicks,
Oh,
not
oh,
white
oh.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in the back. I love the fact that I'm watching the dude's father in this too. I'm a massive Big
that's
right.
Lebowski fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a movie I think that we've kind of said we're never going to do because it's just it's too much movie
If
for
you
us.
if you love it,
You know?
you love it. If you
Yeah.
hate
Yeah,
it,
and
you
you
effing
absolutely hate it.
So.
You just-
our-
Yeah.
I would say this.
Yeah.
No. If you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you don't fucking get it, and that's
well,
okay.
if you here's our episode of here's our Big Lebowski episode.
Honestly, I've dreamed about doing that all throughout the city of Alpharetta every Saturday morning.
Hitting bikers.
Oh
with
my
bars.
lord! Just I remember back in high school, we used to turn one of the windshield wiper sprayers just off to the side so it shot sideways as you go by them.
Oh, you were evil.
They are for people who don't live in Alpharetta. The cyclists,
Are a
they're
scourge.
they're these
Yeah.
little creatures. They're very angry, mean
They
little
are
creatures.
They are.
Who think that they own them.
Every
And
single
they-
Saturday, it's tour day tight pants. It's just
Yeah.
awful.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
because
it is.
they've
if
got to
you-
get to the farmer's market
Yeah.
in their
Here we
spiked
go.
cleats.
if you want to see a man's testicles, but you don't want to go all the way over to the gay side, just come around here on a Saturday. There's testicles everywhere.
Yeah, if you don't want to touch one, but you just want to think about it.
They're going very slowly through traffic.
We've lost Jade. She's out.
Back to you, Jade.
There we go. Are we sold the synopsis?
Things I hear
testicles.
on this show.
Jade, could you please give us the synopsis of the damn movie?
Already?
Oh,
We've
I
asked
did
you
it already.
40
You missed
times.
it because you talked over it.
Oh, here we go.
about-
There you go. You can't fly these planes. Oh well.
Which to
Nice
be
vote of
fair,
confidence, Elaine.
if you were used to flying a single engine propeller plane,
It's like,
going to multi-engine jet
that
is
is
by the way-
actually
Way to skip
kind
and
of
a
that's
jump.
that's a big
Yeah.
that's a big jump. Yeah.
It is.
How about my favorite running joke in this whole movie? And this is somebody I was in the Navy. I worked in naval aviation. The fact that every single sound effect dealing with the plane deals with the propeller.
Oh,
plane.
yeah, yeah.
I love
Yes.
that. Love it.
Okay, so we have two Navy people here. What,
Yes.
what
Go
was
back and sit
what
down.
rank were you when you were asked politely to leave?
First off, it wasn't that politely.
Okay,
No, I got out as a
you
second.
can still vote, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all
I can vote. I can own firearms. How close are we to a school zone here, though?
Oh wait, no,
kidding.
we're I know for a fact we're over 200.
Good.
yards.
I got out
Why
as
do
a
you think Jason has this office?
nice. I got out as a second class petty officer. I was an aviation structural mechanic. I worked on airframes and hydraulics and wheels and tires, everything that kept it up in the air, with the exception of the engines. So is this a gag that
Awesome.
would
Yeah,
that
the
would
stewardess,
pass
please
today?
let me handle this.
and
We're-
then right here. So by the way, Leslie Nielsen actually slaps her.
twice.
Yeah,
yeah.
doesn't mean to. She looks at him like,
Oh
"Are you
my
kidding
God.
me?
Look at-
Do you want
he slaps her
actor.
again.
Do you want a fresh one?"
No, but then everybody's lining up behind her to take control of her because she's hysterical.
Yeah,
One's got
there's
boxing
the
gloves,
jive
a
guy.
wrench, a gun.
How did you get a gun onto the airplane?
It's
I would.
1980.
Hey, it was the 80s. It was easy. You just carried
Everybody
it in your
uses
boot.
that as an excuse. It
Pre
was the
9/11.
80s.
Pre
Yes.
9/11.
Oh, by the way, I have wanted to walk through Hartsfield like this so many times.
Oh, are you kidding me? I dream about it.
Oh, people do.
Hey, they have Jews for
Jews
Jesus.
for Jesus.
Everyone, Jehovah's Witnesses.
And look at those
How about
moves,
Buddhism?
Robert. Look at the
mean,
moves
he's
Robert
killing it.
Stack is.
Wait till he
Yeah.
flips backwards
Yes.
over
Yeah.
one of these guys. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
There we go. How
got
is
the moves.
Scientology like L. Ron Hubbard must have still been kicking when this came out.
We are
religious
all about
consciousness.
spaceships and beep boop and
I'm
We
peace
saw
telling
and
you.
Jesus
love.
in the woods.
We
That's
did.
what we saw.
But that's another thing in today's
Dum, dum, dum,
airports.
dum, dum,
It's
dum,
not
dum.
loaded with the
No.
religious nuts.
Remember, like the not the poppies, but like the death, the flowers, and
Oh, yeah.
you would donate
That was
money.
Sung Mung Moon.
Yeah.
That's right.
Moonies.
The Moonies.
Yeah.
The Moonies.
Buy flour.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not fair. That's like somebody walking up to you in Times Square, handing you a mixtape and expecting you to pay for it once you get it out into your hand. Like, no, I don't
know.
want
I
this.
hate
This
that.
exchange has already happened.
Yeah, I don't want to
Sorry.
listen to your rap.
The double shades.
Either one. Like, don't. Oh, God.
And
the
Robert
double shades.
Stack, don't forget, Robert Stack did a parody of himself in the Unsolved Mysteries role. In what movie?
Oh, yeah. I'll never get that one.
Yeah, no, it's a toughie.
I don't know.
No one?
Tell us.
What?
I have no idea.
Basketball.
Oh, my.
Yes,
God.
there he goes. I knew somebody would remember
So I
it.
never
Oh,
actually
that
saw
movie.
Basketball.
Okay, so
Yes.
I will tell you,
Yeah.
Basketball and Orgasmo
Yeah. Oh,
are
Orgasmo.
two of the most underrated,
Yes.
shitty comedies ever.
They lost me.
Orgasmo,
it's
my,
okay.
to this day,
Orgasmo?
to this
Oh, my
day,
Lord.
Now you
it's-
got his interest.
Yeah. Trey Parker plays
Matt Stone.
And Matt Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he plays a Mormon missionary who gets into the porn industry.
Yeah.
Like Ron Jeremy's in it. It is hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, I'm familiar with the Orgasmatron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All
But
right.
but
Wait,
but
my-
I have a different nickname since high school. So it's Jonah.
my best friend and
Nice.
I to this day, if Adam, the other Adam,
Yeah, Mr. LJ.
LJ.
if one of us, we will preface so many things we say by going, I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing,
Yeah, I don't know queer.
but I really like having sex with men.
Oh, I thought you were getting into what you would be called if you were ever getting into porn together.
Oh, the
As
the
directors.
Fluffer Brothers.
Fluffer Brothers, nice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would go with Miles Deep. That would be.
that's good.
That's good.
That's a good one.
I like that.
There we go.
Oh my. Okay, I think the
Penis intercourse.
Oh God. You have to
It's a
leave
little
some
on the
mystery.
nose, you
It's
know,
a little.
on the
I mean, come on, church it up a little, man.
Oh god.
See, I'd like to be in a military porn, shaving Ryan's privates.
Oh, that's
Shaving
been
Ryan's
done.
privates. I like that.
Yes, yes.
I like
My-
that.
That'd be my film. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
I steal everything.
Battle of the Bulge.
You don't really have to change that one.
Yeah,
No,
that was really
no,
funny.
no
I've
change
got it.
needed.
Daisy Dix.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Gray Lady Down. Actually, wait. Let me.
It's more. It's more
Actually-
for the
actually, you know
That's
what?
for
Yeah.
the villages.
Scratch that.
Yeah.
That's for the villages. Very popular there in Florida.
Anyhow,
Gray lady down.
so now Ted has decided to take over the damn plane.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone watching.
You
this
could go
knows
modern.
this
You could go
movie.
modern day with Black Hawk Down and not change it at all. Just change the spelling.
I'm sorry. Don't you mean African American Hawk Down?
I mean,
That's the
Thank
second
you.
time he's
Thank
had a
you.
new
Are
artist
you
on this
kidding me?
episode.
Dear Lord.
Oh no, I'm just glad he's calling somebody else a racist on the show for a change.
You know, you,
fun,
you,
kids.
you
Sorry,
and
whatever.
my
Do it at
priest.
school.
Wait.
Just-
Otto is grabbing Elaine's
Yes.
breasts right now.
Oh,
That hurt.
Whatever
Now,
stuntman
as
had
Otto,
to make that
as
happen.
Otto's attorney, I am going to deny that he's doing that. He's simply trying to just, stay up.
Yeah.
Whose attorney aren't you? I feel like I should switch representation.
That's a
at
fair
that
point.
point.
Adam Savage.
Oh shit.
ooh.
Well, now I'm definitely.
There we
switching
go. This
representation.
hymen's busted.
Otto was just adjusting.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were a little out of
Exactly.
place. Dead men
Yes.
don't wear plaid.
Yeah,
right?
true. Oh, that's a good one.
That is a
That's
fucking
a really good
awesome
one. We gotta
movie.
put that one on the
Yes.
list.
Oh my.
Have you, Jade? Have you ever seen Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid?
No, I
Oh,
have not.
here we go. The Pinocchio gag. This is great.
I love this one. Yep.
It's so good.
Jade, what's happening?
Well, Leslie Nielsen, the doctor, is trying to calm all the passengers by telling them that everything's fine. We'll land and you can be free to pursue your lives of religious fulfillment or whatever. And meanwhile, his nose is growing.
growing the entire time.
Growing.
It's running a little hot.
Yeah.
Just a little hot. And so Elaine has taken over for the radio.
For the radio. Oh my god. And just the absolute cluelessness of relaying everything over the radio.
when he can already hear it.
Well, not only that though, just the whole like, oh god, the vulture in the background as well. Man, we're so lucky he doesn't know much. I hate his guts. He said you're lucky you don't know how much he hates your guts.
And a little ice.
Yeah.
Is this the one where he keys the mic? And
Yes, yeah.
He
He goes,
tells
oh
them-
my God, we're doomed here.
Round
Might
the
as,
Lake,
yeah,
Michigan.
might as well. You'll take out less people.
He pulled a Sergeant Bosco. I'll show you how to use the radio when you get back to the station.
Yeah. Oh my lord. Yeah, there we go. Case
Here we
in
go.
point right here.
Yep.
It's a damn good thing you don't know how much
But,
he
okay,
hates your guts.
I have to give Elaine points because she's not one of the freak out kind of female leads. She stays pretty
No.
calm and cool throughout this whole movie.
Another one of the classic gags.
Oh,
Pardon me.
stewardess.
I speak jive.
From the great Mrs.
Well,
Cleaver.
yeah, so I was about to say, let's say who the guest star is in this particular scene. Who
Barbara
is it?
Billingsley.
Yes, who was?
June Cleaver
June
on
Cleaver.
Leave It to Beaver.
Yes, there we go.
Which that sounds dirty in and of
Oh,
itself. now.
the dirtiest line in television up until this point was, Ward, I think you were a little tough on the beaver last night.
And she did have to receive coaching.
Bitch, you
from-
liked it and you know it.
Exactly. Just hang loose,
She's
blood.
gonna catch up on the rebound on the meta side.
Oh my lord.
What is it, Big Mama?
I mean, I just
And they
Barbara
made up all their own
Billingsley, she did,
jive.
but she did such a good job.
Well,
She
there's
nailed
another
it.
actress
She
who
just-
turned it
she's
down.
pure
and I've gotta
Wonder
find
Bread.
who it was.
B. Arthur.
No,
God, that would be
I wish.
amazing.
Oh my
Could've been
God,
Could have been
that
B.
would've been
Arthur.
Betty White.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought of both of
I
you.
think Betty White would have been good.
Yeah.
Arthur's a little racy. She's
Oh.
a little
Yeah.
racy already. It was the juxtaposition of Leave It to Beaver
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
to Speaking
Yeah, the
Jive.
wholesomeness,
That was
yeah.
the joke there.
That's true.
Oh, it's
but,
so good.
And there is. Oh, he's gonna make a pterodactyl.
We can make a pterodactyl or a brooch or a hat.
It could also be a hat.
Give me that guy.
Oh my lord!
I love
And he's
John.
trying,
Just
Oh, and
he's
here's
trying not to
Captain
laugh
Homer's wife
with the
in bed
horse.
with
The horse.
You can see yourself out.
There we go. There's juice in the
There's
fridge.
juice in the fridge.
Now, of course, when I saw this, I had no idea.
No, you
what
don't
was
have
going
a
on.
clue.
No
What is
idea. I
that?
was like, is that a reference to The Godfather?
Yeah,
What's
and
happening
got a
here?
horse's head
There
and
we
everything.
go.
And it's a
But then
real
he's alive.
horse.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a real
It really
fucking
is.
horse in the scene.
Yeah, it
With a
is.
bridle
That's.
on and
I just want to
Yeah.
know what size bed is that.
How
Like
the
I
hell-
need that at my house.
That's
How did they
California
do
king.
this
Must be.
shot?
Oh yeah.
How do you get it to lay down the whole time? Did you tranquilize
Well, let
it?
me tell you how you get a
Nah,
horse
he's
lay down.
awake.
Whoa. Whoa.
Anyway, moving
You
right
take one
along.
Barbara Billingsley,
Yeah.
a couple Quaaludes.
There you go.
The ludes
There
just
you go.
kicked in, darling.
No animals were harmed in this.
Was it
shooting
was
of
it
the
No,
film.
was
know,
it
in
good
fact,
for
they
you?
liked it.
I think I'd be more concerned about Mrs. Over in that situation. Sweet
Very, very
Jesus.
true. Jesus.
I have seen movies.
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of felt bad for
How
the
many
horse.
shows have you seen in your lifetime?
Quite a few. I was in the
Yeah.
Navy. Remember?
On eight,
Yeah.
on,
were you
on,
on stage or were you in the audience?
8mm.
I was in the audience.
There we go.
I had to think hard
You're
about
like,
that.
wait.
I'm sad that you had to take a
was
minute to
drunk.
think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was in
Yeah,
the
there we go.
audience.
That's
It
what it
was
was.
good.
There it was. It was. Oh, lordy.
So that's the movie.
So far.
So yeah.
So I love it. It's a classic. I'll turn on some. Oh, so I love this. Watch it do in the background right here. That beard is supposed to fly off, and he does the greatest like facial movements,
Trying to get
Trying
rid
to
of
trying
it.
to get it to fly off. Like the adhesive they used was just too good.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so
He's
much
a-
fun.
Moving his face.
Oh wait a second. I think you're about to see.
Oh wait.
It's coming
he's
up
coming
here
up.
soon. It's
I've
coming
got
up
it.
here
That's
soon.
him
Mike
right there
Ehrmantraut.
in the background, isn't it?
No.
there
Or was
There
it
he is.
in the
Here he is.
foreground?
Here he is. That's him right there. Getting the
Oh my
turkey
God, you're
out.
right,
There
you're
it
right,
is.
you're right.
Mike Ehrmantraut. Yeah. Little did we know he was going to be murdered in a river bank in New Mexico.
For those of you who haven't seen Breaking Bad, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. You know, Bruce Willis is a ghost. Jesus dies. The boat sinks at the end of Titanic.
Hey, I predicted Sixth Sense at least, so.
Did you really?
I did.
Nice.
And a friend immediately destroyed it for me when they confirmed that I was right.
Boo.
Fraser,
Oh, here we
you
go.
know who you are.
Picked out wrong week to quit amphetamines.
And I love how it progresses because it goes from pick the wrong week to quit smoking, then
Oh, yeah.
drinking, and then amphetamines,
Amphetamines.
and then glue.
Oh, it's so good.
And this gag with all the reporters coming in for a statement from McCroskey, and then they take all the
Take all the
they
pictures.
take
All right, everybody,
pictures
let's
off
get
the
some
wall,
photographs.
and they take them all off the wall, just a mile a minute. And God, what does Johnny say? Oh, it's a big, pretty white plane.
Pretty white plane
Yeah.
with red stripes and curtains in the windows and wheels, and it
Looks like a really big Tylenol.
He did not make. Did he make all?
Yes,
that?
he
Yeah.
made all
Yeah.
of this
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Everything was ad lib. Now I'm sure that probably wasn't the first take. He probably said some dumb shit in between. But
Well, I mean, that's just like Billy Crystal in The Princess Bride. They gave him multiple
oh yeah,
takes.
You know,
just keep going.
elect-
He had an
Electronics
ego
used to be
busting
so
a
much
gut by the
cooler.
time that was over.
Back
Oh,
when
yeah.
things had big clunky buttons, you had to.
Little snap switches.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I want my whole house to be that.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, big clunk. I want the light switch to be like I have to lift something up and crank it.
Oh, my grandmother
know?
had these little push button light switches that you would snap.
And like,
wow.
and they would.
Yeah,
was
that's
it the
old
one where
school.
like the on button? Yeah.
Oh god,
yeah.
this and then of course the newscasts from all over the place, and you've got to love the old tapestry in the background.
With
of
the
course,
plane
here
driving.
comes the drums. I mean,
Oh, he's got to beef
we
it
go.
up a little bit.
yeah, there we go.
And I just love that he changes cameras. That's
By the way,
best
if
part of that.
anybody does know
Oh, and I love
Morse
that-
So they
code,
bought their tickets. They
They
knew what they were getting into.
yeah. Honestly, if they were to remake this movie, that part would be played by Tucker Carlson.
I say let him.
Let him.
Let him crash.
Or it would be cut out altogether.
That's very, very true.
Thunder crashes. Oh, we should do the closed caption.
Here's the line.
Here
Here's
it
the
is.
one.
This is
Here's
it.
the lines.
The lines, if you will. Like
Go for it,
this
gentlemen.
is one that is I still think you could do this today with absolutely no problem.
Oh yeah.
With absolutely no problem. But it came out of nowhere. And that's so when they first pitched this to the studios, the only real movie that they tried to compare it to was Animal House. They basically tried to tell the studio that it's Animal House on a plane.
That's what they did with Caddyshack. Animal
Animal House on a golf course. And it's perfect.
Titanic, Animal House on a ship. Hey, look, anything you want to do to sell the movie, sell the
Oh,
movie.
the singing nun.
Singing
Yeah.
respect to the
singing
jive
nun.
speakers.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I mean, it's suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me,
Well,
suck it to me, suck it to me,
that's two
suck it to me,
awesome
suck it to
guitar
me.
gags because at first we didn't even mention the sick little girl who's in need of a heart transplant.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah.
who
and
is
gets it
that?
knocked out.
Who is the little girl?
I don't
Wasn't she on
know.
Love Boat?
Come on.
I thought you were.
Somebody was on Love Boat.
I'm not telling you who it is. Somebody's got a phone. Look it
I will
up.
say this, in the meantime, while they're looking this up, this is absolutely hilarious. This girl pours her heart out to the sweet doctor here.
Yeah.
And then this woman just comes in here and
my-
destroys
Yeah.
her
No,
life.
I
At least I'm married.
At least here we
She's
go.
I'm 26 and I'm
At least-
not married.
At least I have a husband.
Okay, look. Is
F
she
you,
26?
Yeah, she says I'm
there is
26
no
and I'm not
way
even
she's
married.
But
26.
is she really 26?
Probably not.
Yeah.
No way.
She's probably about my
Yeah.
age. But then this woman comes by and she's like, at least I have a husband.
At least
Yeah.
I have a husband.
It's so good. There it goes. Yeah, there's no way that's
Because that would make
26.
dying so much better is
Yeah.
the fact that you've got a husband. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I don't.
honey,
I don't,
honestly,
I don't think
welcome
if I
it.
was dying, I don't think the first thing I would think is yes. At least I'm
At least
married.
I'm here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be a little more okay with going, I guess.
I suppose.
Yeah, you know.
I suppose.
Depends on what you're leaving behind, I guess. But
That is
I don't
true.
know. It-
You know, some people are like, at least
You'll
that
have
miserable
to decide.
prick's coming with
You'll
me.
have to decide. You'll have to decide. And then
Yeah.
just
And
love
then
that
this
they
goes
show
to the Red
footage.
Baron and all-
They show footage from
Honestly,
all the golden
what this
era.
looks like though to me is just highlights from that Red Bull competition they do each year, where they just jump into a river with a makeshift airplane.
It's actually from that Family Guy episode where
The Wright brothers
where
are doing like something about this that I've seen makes me think that this
I
is
think I've seen
absolutely
this
not gonna
before,
work.
and I don't think it's going to work.
yeah, no, just it's not going to happen.
Oh, this is where Elaine starts
Well,
freaking out a little.
you had a Rick and Morty reference in here? Did you
Ooh.
That was right in the beginning.
Tell-
Yeah, because
tell
God,
us.
you guys have been like full radio silence
We
this,
have been.
this entire week. So
One day we'll stop being so shy.
No. So about 2 seconds in, the white zone and the red zone are for unloading
Right, yeah.
and
Yeah.
loading passengers only.
I know what that
Flarp
means,
zone is
John.
for flirting
You want me
and
to have an
unflarping
abortion.
Only. And yeah, that was my.
okay.
So
that's
did-
from the pilot of Rick and Morty.
That's,
on that.
but that's what's so great is they put that joke in so early, so it pumps the gas early.
Yeah.
To let you know, all right, so
They're arguing about
theater
abortion.
goers,
Yeah.
this is what you've
This
gotten
is
yourself
welcome
into.
This
to
is
it.
not high art.
No.
So
No.
another little fun fact: those people that did the recordings actually did the original announcements for LAX,
And they're married.
And they're
now.
married.
Yep. Uh-huh.
They are.
That's what I was looking for in my research.
Very big, very
and
big
they've
into the
never had a fight.
yeah. Very big
I'm
into
sure
the
that means
into the
a
bond.
Oh,
Married.
and Leon's getting larger. God, could you imagine the self-body confidence that man has to let that dude just grab his gut and shake it?
It was
That's lasted.
It was the
Called
19
acting.
Yeah, and it was the
My dear
1970s.
boy.
That's a fair
dear
point.
boy.
Yeah, dad bods weren't in yet, though. You know.
Well, no.
there's
Goes
more of the
Ted's
drinking
drinking
problem.
Just throws it in his own face.
Oh my lord,
Yep.
it's so good.
Well, and apparently Leslie
Oh,
Nielsen.
he hits him with the Gipper speech.
He-
This is
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, this wasn't from the original film, was it?
No.
No,
But
this
they've
is
already.
this is from Newt Rockney.
Yeah.
Right,
But
okay,
they've also they referenced Ronald Reagan so many times in his acting career during this film, and then they come in and drop this. You know, and the George Zip story finally gets all folded in.
Yeah.
Go out there and win one for when the boys have got you against the brakes and you're. I mean, it's perfect.
Win
Go
one
out there
for the
the zipper.
Yes,
Win one
not
for the
Gipper.
zipper.
But apparently during this speech, Leslie Nielsen, and in my different articles, I heard it was whoopee cushions, but Leslie Nielsen would refer to it as the machine, where he would just make fart noises in between each of his lines, even while they were shooting. So while he's doing this serious speech, he's like, "So Ted, do you think you can land this plane?" So they were
Let
just like,
her rip.
Let her rip.
Let her rip.
How many takes do you think that took then? If he was
can't
doing
even
like I
imagine.
can't. I
He
would.
started selling them. He had like multiple whoopee cushions, and he would sell them for like $7 a piece. And eventually, it became such a problem on set they had to confiscate them all because everybody was using them. Too
Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, here we go. Yeah, hits him with the Gipper speech. I've got this. So, did we find out? By the way, was it George Zip that was supposedly thought that she was Ethel Merman? Was that who?
No.
No,
No.
that
It
was
was
just a
not.
person.
Would be nice if it was tied together, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
Do 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 do. Yeah.
And Ted gets his confidence back.
Oh, here
Excuse
it
me,
goes.
Doc.
I've
I've got a plane to land.
Yeah, plane to land.
Get it
Oh,
together.
there
we
we
got
go.
the captions on
10
right
foot
there.
tall and bazooka. Jokes on
One-
y'all.
one-
I can't read.
Once again, you can do the Creed subtitle game where just read all the lines like it's from a Creed song.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll take it in lane.
Is that is that a thing?
Well,
It
we
is now.
We made up a
God.
game.
We did it during it.
with
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
though.
we did Springsteen. Yeah,
Or no,
like that.
John Cougar Mellencamp. That's who it was.
That's who it was.
That's
yeah.
good.
Like,
Every minute counts.
We've got to land
now.
I like it.
Oh my lord! I'm gonna start doing that with more stuff.
You should. It's
Yeah,
very
that's
satisfactory.
fun.
You'll enjoy
You've
it.
put an entirely different level to Schitt's
I
Creek
guess
for me
the
now.
foot's on the other hand now.
Jason, is it
Kramer.
time for a station identification by any chance?
It is. You know
Or
what?
are we gonna push it?
Yeah. Well, no. We are about 10 seconds away, so we can go ahead and do it now. We're going to take a quick break. Blah blah blah.
All
We'll
that
see
stuff.
you in about 1 second.
Looking forward to it.
And we're back.
Johnny,
And back to you, Jade.
The tower,
Rapunzel!
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel!
Johnny, I love him.
What a great way to come back into this. Oh, and there's Miss Cleaver.
That's what she said. Not the cleaver part.
Yeah,
No,
the
the
other
other
part.
part.
Well, if she was Lizzie Borden, maybe.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So
And they're watching a plane disaster
Yeah, exactly.
movie while
They're,
they're-
Exactly.
they're literally watching stock foot. It's not even
like-
from another
Yeah.
movie.
That's like watching
yeah,
Jaws when you go to the beach.
it's pretty much the Crash Test Dummies is what they were watching right there. So fun
Captain
fact, do you,
McCluskey, it's Captain Roberts, Captain Kramer, this is Captain
oh my lord, it's so good. So another little fun fact: do you know the only airline that picked this movie up for in-flight entertainment?
TWA?
Uh,
JetBlue.
Mm-mm.
I'm just going to name airlines.
Did you say JetBlue? Are you kidding me?
Lufthansa.
No, Aero Mexico. Aero Mexico did.
Why
Yeah.
is that funny?
Oh, good lord! Just because it just cracked me up. The
said
fact
fun
that they did
fact.
it. I just said fun fact, not
yeah, you
funny
didn't say
fact.
funny. But and then I don't remember which airline it was, but they actually brought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to do airplane safety videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh god, that dress and those shoes.
You think
Oh,
Johnny
it's
is
awful.
checking out Mrs. Over at
Yeah.
first because he's taking off her coat and looking down her shirt and then,
Well, I don't know if it's checking her
He's
out.
not checking her
Oh yeah, I
out.
love the fact that they're just playing the
We
basketball
knew
game
that early
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
He would not be
Yeah.
checking her out.
whatever.
Even as a kid, you could
Yeah, you
Get
picked up
that
on
part.
that one.
Tell that Johnny was on
Wait
a
a
different
second.
vibration.
Yes.
And they were playing a
phrasing.
video game on the radar screen.
They
Yes.
were the whole
A
time.
game that would
Which
keep-
was repeated in the Avengers. Like, come
Yes.
on, you guys aren't original.
Is
that-
anything original anymore?
No, it's not. Everything's just a redo. And we have airplane to thank for it.
undercrank.
Oh.
I hate undercrank. You know that. I don't like
Yeah.
From
undercranking.
Death Race and
I mean, I
from,
like the fact that they've got the Budweiser truck and the cement truck,
Yeah.
but and the
Track.
the
tractor.
whole little clown.
Yes,
That's
and the
where-
Israeli.
Air Israel.
with
Yeah.
it's got a Hasidic beard.
It does.
Yes.
Not all. Air Israel.
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch that last time I watched it. Like it's not that I wouldn't have found it funny. It's just there's so many bits that I just
There's so much that happens. All right, everybody, assume crash.
Do you recognize, by the way, one of the Hare Krishnas?
Yes.
no.
Oh, wait, I always have. I've never
Yeah.
been able to place it though. The
You've-
one that actually speaks.
It's
frankly.
the Hindsight is Horrifying universe is
Yes.
coming together. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Very
teachers,
oh
David
David Leisure.
Leisure.
David
That's his name.
Oh
David
my
Leisure.
gosh.
Yes, it's
Yes.
David Leisure.
I
Oh
love
yeah,
I was about to guess Larry Miller,
he is
but-
Mr. No Thanks We Gave at the Office, isn't
Yes.
he? Yes, he is. Oh
Wow.
my lord.
And he was on the sitcom, the spinoff of the Golden Girls.
Bosom buddies?
No. With the doctor. Come on, the spinoff of the Golden
I
Girls.
don't know. I've only just gotten into Golden Girls,
That's fair.
which
Yeah.
I was
Me
telling
too.
this.
Oh.
There we go.
Ba-dum,
Good
boom.
lord.
She left it wide open.
Yeah, she.
I did
Also,
know that.
there it is. There we go. There's even more of it.
Excuse you, officer, but not a gentleman.
Oh my lord. Were those moths?
Anyway,
Ooh, it's getting hot in here
Damn.
again.
Again,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
to go. Bye.
There we go. Take off the scarf,
on
cool
behalf
off a little
of
bit.
Hindsight is Horrifying. I'd like
There's
to
no cooling
apologize
off
to
around.
the
Yes.
to the
All
audience.
this heat.
And of course, our sponsors, the Boy Scout Club of America.
So the synopsis of this movie, no, I'm kidding. But anyway, they're finally trying to land the
I'm
damn
sorry, Jay. We
plane.
don't have time for that.
No, we don't.
There we go. Oh my lord.
And why don't we have time? Because Annie M, Uncle Henry, Toto, it's a twister. Johnny running around the tower.
This is gonna
Just being
kill me that
such
I
an
can't
idiot.
think of the name that was a spinoff of fucking Golden Girls.
Somebody
Jesus.
look it
All
up. I
right,
don't know.
fine.
Look
Let
it
me
up.
go.
Look it up. Look
You
it up.
needy
We're
bitch.
going to the phone a
Yeah.
friend option.
Because I can't do it because my phones are cameras.
Hold
I
on.
know,
Yeah,
but one of my
that's
favorite
a fair
lines
point.
is Leslie Nielsen keeps coming in and saying, "We're all counting.
We're
on
all
you."
counting on you.
I don't know how many times my son, anytime he's like going to like have a tennis
Your
match,
smart ass son.
I'll wait till he gets out the door, and I'll go, wait, David, come back. I just want you to know. And now he just goes, fuck you.
Oh God, the Golden Palace?
No.
That's where I ate Chinese last night.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Empty nest.
Empty nest.
Okay.
Empty nest.
nest.
There we
glad
go.
Yes,
Been
empty
big.
nest. That
So
was
much
going to
effort.
drive
Google
me
to the
crazy.
rescue.
God, help us.
Oh my lord! Oh, look at the little cute Dalmatian.
Yeah, because
I
the
love
firemen, like
Dalmatians.
every EMT,
They're
ever-
crazy.
Oh, they absolutely are.
They're crazy.
insane.
I love them. I love
Well,
them,
if
but
they
they're
were more
kooky.
inbred, they'd be a sandwich. Like, they're just,
That is fair. Or the British family, the royal family,
Well
either
played.
oh yeah, Eddie Izzard's got a great joke
one. Oh, there we
about
go.
that.
Oh god, and shit's really hitting the fan now.
Sniff and glue.
Yep, there he goes. Bye,
he
Lloyd
goes.
Bridges.
And Mrs.
Sequest.
Mrs. Over is
Mike Nelson.
because she's feeling up Captain Kramer while he's on the radio with Ted.
The entire
and she's just
time.
like rubbing
Oh, my
his
Lord.
chest. And he's
It's so good.
Me.
And oh man, and this is it. This is tense. This actually, honestly, what I really loved about this movie too is that they did tension well.
Yeah.
No, it's a solid movie.
It really is. Like
Yeah.
it's not only oh there he is by the way. There's Mr.
Yeah,
Mike
there he
Ehrmantraut
is
again.
again.
That's like
See,
his.
that's why I kept
That's
putting him
his
in the
actual
foreground.
moment.
Wow.
Yeah, with the laundry
laundry.
coming out in the background. There's so many different layered gags and jokes in this, and they just do not do this kind of stuff
And
anymore.
a quick note: did you know what Lloyd Bridges, a famous science fiction television program that Lloyd Bridges turned down?
No.
Ooh,
Don't say Star Trek.
don't do it.
Captain Kirk.
Are
you shitting me?
fucking kidding me?
Look it
No
up. Look
way.
it up. He thought, oh no, I'm not going to do science fiction.
Oh,
Hey, if Lucille Ball can get behind the production of such a show, get your ass on that show.
I gotta say honestly, and
Jeez.
I'll die on this hill. He may have done better.
Well,
I would die on that hill.
From Sea Hunt to Star Trek.
Oh, that would have been so
Lloyd
good.
Bridges is Captain Kirk.
Bridges to the bridge.
I would pay to just
You've been
see,
dying to
you
tell
know.
me.
You auditioned.
We-
for it?
Only if he
Yeah.
played it though as his character from Hot Shots
Yeah.
would have been even better.
That would have been great.
God, Robert Stack is cool.
Everybody's great.
He's
in
so
this
cool.
It's just it's.
If I was a woman or a homosexual man,
yeah.
Robert
Or
Stack.
both.
In
Or
the
both.
words of Norm Macdonald, you know I'm a deeply closeted homosexual. What I mean by that is I'm not gay.
Just depends on if the right man comes along.
Well, you know, I think Robert Stack falls into that category. We've talked about this before, you know, where
You've got your-
it's the one free pass. You're still not gay. You just had sex
That's why
with
there's
Brad
one
Pitt.
free pass
you
with
know?
men.
Yeah.
Robert
Same-
Stack would be your free pass.
Oh, totally.
Oh,
This
God.
era,
Y-
Robert
young-
Stack.
Younger Robert.
Oh, yeah.
Robert. Yeah, yeah.
Not bad Robert Stack.
Elliot Ness. In a
Oh,
heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
good
Well, who is
Lord.
yours?
Who would be my
Yeah,
one?
who's-
My one free pass.
Same sex free pass.
Oh, that's. I mean, the aisle number 4 at Walmart eyed me the other day, so that was nice.
Man, his bar is low.
Well, low standards.
You know what?
there.
Here's the thing.
take whatever I can
My goals are cheap but attainable.
Who hurt you?
What happened to you in high school? I
Yeah.
was there. I should know.
Oh, good Lord. I don't know,
Just
but
around.
he wrote a song about
We
me,
all
man,
know.
man in the mirror.
Oh. Oh,
I love this. This is every single flight delay I've ever had. They're gate 15,
I know.
gate
I've
16, gate
I've
17.
actually been through this.
Have you?
I've had this exact experience in in Houston.
I was about to say. I,
I
thought
was
you were gonna say
I was
beautiful.
flying I was flying home when I lived in Florida. I
It's a
flew
twist,
from
it's a twist.
Orlando to Houston,
Oh,
and they literally kept canceling flights because of weather. And so we kept going from gate to gate to gate. and like
gate.
about the third one, people started thinking, wait a minute,
Is this a joke?
this is a fucking joke.
And they all hit the telephone boxes.
I actually got to the point where I got onto a plane.
I recognize him now, Adam.
so I just
yeah,
have to throw this out there. Why in the hell did they put on their flotation devices if they were going to hit a fucking runway?
They always
Well,
did.
There was always
They always
that possibility
that?
because
Is
at
that-
one point Kramer was like, "Oh, screw them, they're not going to make it."
Yeah, but they're gonna-
put them in Lake Michigan.
That was an hour ago in the movie.
I'm sorry. Are you looking for logic where none can be found? I think that's what you're trying to do right now. But
I mean, Falcons fans do it every year.
But okay, this is a great bit too, where Kramer is like.
I'd like to
pouring-
apologize to the audience. We don't normally do sports jokes
Sorry.
because none of us know what sports are.
Sorry.
Excuse me. I think I'm the most sportsman.
That is fair.
Yeah.
So for you two. So the
She's
Falcons
the most
play
sports
football.
person. Yeah.
Sports have been
Oh, wait.
canceled.
Yeah.
I thought
we
that was
haven't-
bas-
And we
no.
haven't noticed.
it's-
Football's
that's
the
basketball,
oblong
right?
one. Football's the oblong one.
Oh, cricket.
Laces out.
No.
Cricket.
Yeah, laces out. There we go. There we go. Did you ever see Ace Ventura?
We
You did it
got-
last
we
week.
covered it.
Ray Finkel played it.
it laces out. Anyway, I love this bit where Kramer is pouring his heart out to Ted because they're at odds at first, but then he's like, that must have been the worst landing that's ever happened, but you saved these people.
So
and
great.
he's like, you ever been hit by an iron boot and dragged through the mud? And then he keeps talking and talking, and Ted is already left the cockpit.
That's like being on the phone with the jilted ex, and you finally made your point, and you're just like, I am in an absolute zone here right now.
Maybe you could be the one to help solve a mystery.
And then you realize that nobody's on the other end of the phone.
Oh, God.
The greatest TV show ever made. The greatest Wednesday. When I was a kid, Wednesday was Night Court.
Oh God, Bull
He's
from
talked
Night
about
Court.
this so many damn times.
Night Court, but it's been a while.
We did a
I
Night Court
don't. I
episode,
don't actually
actually.
know. I don't know if I've talked about it since we've done the YouTube. I know I talked about it on the podcast era.
No, I'm just saying.
I will say
Yeah.
this: John Larroquette in Night Court is my spirit animal.
Oh my God, are you
loved
kidding me?
him.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He was so good.
As a kid, it was Wednesday was Night Court, whatever sitcom NBC was
sit through
shoehorning
between,
in at
Yeah.
the moment, Unsolved Mysteries and Quantum Leap. It was
Quantum
the
Leap was good.
greatest night ever.
See, my lit
was.
Friday night
Yeah.
was Wonder Years, then I had to sit through Green Acres, and then the Dick Van Dyke Show would come on late.
Well, now
so.
Dick Van
Oh,
Dyke.
and by the way, speaking of Dick Van Dyke,
I know, yeah.
our
No,
hearts out. Oh, we have
Carl
to.
Reiner,
Hearts out to
yeah.
Carl Reiner.
Yeah, Carl Reiner.
Oh no, Dick Van Dyke's still
you
there.
just gave us both a heart attack. What the heck?
Nice.
Don't do that.
Well,
to
I,
me.
I believe
Carl
half
Reiner.
of that statement.
Okay.
You look stable still.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, but yes, Carl.
It's the
Reiner,
only time I've
we-
been able to
we
talk
must-
down to an officer in my entire military career.
We must make an announcement. For
So are you
Yes.
going to have him shot after this?
Oh
Please,
no,
please
no.
yes.
I'd say I used
Well,
to
what's the
drink with
point?
the enlisted guys. They were a lot more fun than the officers.
They are.
That's why he hangs out with us.
Hey, I've played Halo. I know the Master Chief. I mean,
Oh,
they're pretty
Yeah.
tough individuals. you know?
They're absolutely out there.
But yeah, so anyway, Ted and Elaine wind up back together.
They did. Oh, another little fun fact: Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually scared the shit out of this kid.
No shit.
That kid did not realize that he was going to grab him, so that look of fear
Oh, no.
is real.
Well, and the good news with that is the same kid, he did not
Just like driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the kid did not understand what Peter Graves was saying to him about the
Yeah.
Turkish prison and stuff. He was too young for that, but apparently Kareem scared the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So. Because when somebody
Bye,
that big
Julie
grabs you by
Haggerty.
the cuff, I mean, that's...
Julie Haggerty was beautiful.
She really was.
She really was.
And I'm
It does
sorry,
look
you
like-
cannot
it
tell
does
me he
look
does
like
not look
Nick
like Nick
Frost.
Frost.
I don't see it. I honestly don't see it.
I can see it.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry.
can see it. I can.
So, all right. So, Jonah, are you familiar with our Alf to Seinfeld scale?
With our Alf to Seinfeld?
I'll take that as a no.
That's
so
a
the way
no.
that we
Yeah,
rate
yeah.
our
I just wanted to make
movies-
sure I understood you.
Safe bet. Safe bet.
I mean,
there.
that's a wide scale. Like, you
Lorna
know,
Patterson
on
is
a,
also
on a
hot.
scale of Casey Anthony to Jerry Sandusky, how much would you say you like kids?
Well, I'll
It's
explain
an
it to you.
odd scale. is what
Anyway,
I'm
Anthony
saying.
Jeselnik.
Don't go too deep into that.
I'm thinking. I'm
So-
I'm thinking about
I
it.
hate you. But, oh, Steven Stucker. Anyway.
My
so,
kids or just kids in general? Okay, go ahead. Go back.
Yeah,
to
there we
the-
go.
yeah.
All right.
anyhow, back to the synopsis. No, so the way that Alf to Seinfeld works is that Alf being the absolute worst, Seinfeld being the best, because they flip-flopped. When you were a kid, for instance, you thought that Alf was the most brilliant thing of all time. It was so funny. It was genius.
That was Harry and the Hendersons for me, but continue.
Okay, but then you grow up and realize that it's a dumpster fire of a TV program.
Yes.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have Seinfeld, which is now the best, because when you were a kid, you were like, what are these boring-ass adults talking about?
Jesus Christ, the time frame that you're defining childhood in just kills me. I've loved Seinfeld, but
We
continue.
went to high school together.
Yeah,
Whatever.
did we?
I know, but just go with it.
All right,
Anyway,
thank you.
It's just for a frame of reference.
All right,
Jesus.
okay, Alf to
So,
Seinfeld.
When you're a kid, Seinfeld seems so boring, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, what are these boring adults talking about? And it's the equivalent of your mom running into her best friend Janice at the grocery store and talking for an hour, and you feel like you're dying a slow, painful death because you're like, when the hell are we going to get out of here?
Right.
So on Alf to Seinfeld, where does this movie rate for you? So a 5 is a perfect movie that is just as good as
it's
it was.
a scale of improvement.
Yes, so it-
or of
Okay.
the opposite of improvement. Which
Right,
is,
so if it's an Alf, it got worse. If it's-
Has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse?
Yes, and a 5 is a perfect score in the sense that if it's just as good now as it was the first time you saw it, that's a perfect score.
For me, Airplane is a solid 4, if not a 5. Mostly because I saw it so young the first time, and I've seen it so many times. And kind of like we alluded to earlier, I have caught new jokes and gags and references almost every time I've watched it.
Okay.
You know, it's for me, it's almost like it's like Shrek. You know, you see it when
That
you're
was
a
our
kid.
first episode.
Yeah, when you,
Oh,
you
no,
see
like
see
third.
it, you see it when you're a kid, and it makes you laugh. but you don't necessarily know why. And then you see it when you're a teenager again, and you're like, okay, now I get a little bit more of the humor, and so on and so forth. And it just keeps on compounding. I love this movie. I think it's absolutely timeless. I think it's one that you probably could not make today. I don't think it would be, if you did, it wouldn't be commercially successful, but I think it's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, because they made this
apparently Amazon Prime says the next movie we should watch is Funny Face. That's a weird next up movie for it to pick.
Yeah.
Speaking of a movie that would be successful though, Jonah, do you know, guys, what this movie cost to make?
Oh, I know it made its gross back in the first 2 days in theaters.
Yeah, it was made for less than $4 million and brought back 85.
Yeah.
Nice ROI.
Yeah, not bad. For those of you who don't know, that's return on investment. Again, that's return on investment.
And for our investment banker listeners, we apologize for having to define
talking
that.
about
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
We're not patronizing.
If you're a Goldman Sachs, my bad.
We just lost Jeff Bezos.
really did.
Damn it.
We really did.
He was
Yeah.
waffling.
Are you
anyway.
kidding me? The modern day Lex
hello.
Luthor.
That wasn't marijuana, by the way. That was literally a $100 bill.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Wrapped around marijuana.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So a 4 or a 5. I am going to go with like a 5.5
Okay.
because I fucking loved it.
It's so good.
I have always loved this movie, and I love it just as much, maybe a little more. I get more of the jokes, but I don't think I love it anymore. It's a part of my life. I've loved this movie since the first time I saw it. So yeah, 5. You said what?
I was on 4.5.
Okay, so I'll say 5.5. We'll average.
We'll
And I will
average
average out to a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
You know, I'm going to say, and this is going to be a little odd, I enjoyed it when I first saw it.
Controversy.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
But experiencing it with you guys this time
Made it worse.
No. Better. I'm giving it a 7.
whore.
A 7.
It
Whoa.
wasn't until I did, watch this with Jade, I understand the horse scene in the bed. Well, what's so funny?
Excuse me.
I thought it was a Godfather reference.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. Brown for winning the episode.
There we go. Did we bring his trophy?
Yes, the trophy goes to you,
I'm
sir.
giving it a number 7.
Yes.
Number
Clutch,
9.
double clutch my pearls, Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
She took her glasses off and then clutched her pearls.
I do declare.
It's hot in here again
Brown.
suddenly. Could you crank up the air? So yeah, I'm going to say a 7.
Smoking or
7.
I feel like
non-smoking?
Blanche on
yeah.
Golden Girls right now.
I don't know, baby. I've never looked.
Oh God.
I'll hand you your smoking ticket later.
Jade,
Adam.
what do you give it?
Everything
After
she's
that-
got.
Now that I need to point on the airplane where I was.
Where you were abused?
Yeah. So anyway,
Lord.
I would have to say, because I did see this movie, and I was a particularly naive child, which makes your analysis even creepier. So congratulations. I enjoyed the jokes because I just tuned out a lot of this movie unless they were sight gags, which I got the literal ones like the smoking ticket and stuff when I was a little girl. But watching it this time, and it's kind of like Inception. You catch one little bitty thing.
It's
after,
not at all
in the
like
sense that you catch a new detail every goddamn time.
Yeah.
I didn't talk.
I will
during your
say when
analysis.
I was a little girl, I thought this was like Inception too.
You know what? When I was a little girl,
hate all of you. Anyway,
You invited us.
I know.
There
Or
is
at
a
least
lot
me.
of
Yeah, that's the
testosterone in
problem.
this room.
It
I
is
know
true.
we got to get another woman on here. Stat, my God. Anyway, shut up, God. So anyway,
Back to you, Jade.
I would have to give it a 6.5 just because I got so many more jokes, and it was a little bit boring to me when I was a kid, just because I could skate through a lot of it. And
5.87.
unless it was people, unless it was
Like,
people
trying to do
falling
the
down and
math.
go boom, I just didn't really appreciate it.
Carry
and now,
the 2.
wait, shit. 6
now
and
I get
a
all the fuck it. Y'all just
6 and a, wait,
y'all
6 and a
just-
half.
Wait,
Carry
hold
it
on,
out.
hold on.
No,
Did
I'm
we?
good, I'm over it.
Hold on. Did we get through the synopsis?
Yes.
No.
Jade, actually, would you give
We
us
never
the
did.
synopsis?
We never did. It's still not done.
From the top.
I hate all of you. I hope y'all have a marvelous evening without me, because I'm about to bolt the hell out of here.
Well, the movie's over, and actually, on that
I'm going to cookout.
bombshell. The movie's over. There's nothing else to say.
first.
Really, if you didn't see this movie before you listen to this episode, come on.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you
What are
doing?
you doing with your life?
What?
Yes.
What?
Why don't you
What
go to the
are you
mountains?
doing?
Don't bother anybody.
Yeah, if you haven't
Grow
seen
a
this,
sense
yeah,
of humor.
Go
exactly.
outside.
If you
Oh,
haven't
wait,
seen
don't.
this movie, something's wrong with you.
You're not cultured.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, and we're like, surely you
So
can't
we'll
be
be doing
serious.
Top Secret next. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but we will be continuing.
Next up, Spaceballs,
we
and
will
it
be
starts now.
Oh God, we will be continuing Disaster Month throughout July. So now it's up to Adam and myself to pick movies for Disaster Month. Oh wait, you already picked one.
What do they
So
recommend?
Towering Inferno or
I'm not sure. I was thinking a volcano type movie. I'm not sure.
How about
though.
Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones? It's
I know
a classic.
that's one of the things I'm thinking
it takes a
about, so-
major geological event to heat this water up 1 degree.
Well,
Great.
then you
But you got to
have-
say it like him.
Yeah.
You got to get that Texas jaw.
Or you could have the Dante's Peak, where there's an actually
No.
good seismologist as opposed to
No.
in Tremors.
Dante's
We'll see-
Peak sucked.
Well,
2012.
Whoa.
Well, now that I know, now that I know
What
how
about
much-
anything with Kirk Cameron?
Oh, yeah, Left Behind?
He did all those disaster movies.
That is
you're
true.
a disaster.
They're a
movie.
little preachy.
That is
though.
true.
Anyhow.
Go with The Rock, San Andreas, Day After
So-
Tomorrow.
I will pick the movie that I pick, and y'all will like it. Deal with it.
So, having said that, thank you very much to our brand new guest host.
Jonah.
Yay,
Yes,
Jonah.
we'll
Yes,
we'll
I
we'll
will
let
never be invited back.
no, we'll let you
I
know.
don't know.
through-
Mr. Brown might not. Be
we will
invited
have a
back after
polite
that
email
analysis.
sent to you to sort of
We'll see.
explain the reasons.
The lawsuit.
Yeah.
He's my representation. So.
Jade isn't making any statements about you, but no. Thank you very much for being
It
here.
was an honor.
It was fun to have you here. So thanks for joining us, Jonah.
You're very welcome.
As always, thank you for joining us in full attire, Mr. Brown. Put
My
the hat
cot
on.
is still warm back there. I'm
the
going
hat
to go
on.
take a nap. Oh,
You gotta have the hat on
yeah,
before
we
you
go.
say.
Got to go heat up the Dutch oven.
Put your cover on.
I've got it set to the perfect
yeah, it's
temperature.
the perfect temperature.
I'm king of New
More hair.
Zealand.
Hey, that's a good thing, right?
more hair than I've ever had.
A lot of people can't say that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and that's great. So on that other bombshell of a factoid, thank you both for joining us in the studio. We always appreciate it, no matter how emotionally scarring you might be. So this has been Darth and Jason. We thank you for joining us for your drive time, your listening time, your post-COVID time, your shaky camera time, whatever time it is. This has been Hindsight, and good night.